Nerdrotic.com.
Welcome, travelers, to the fringes of reality, where the strange and mysterious meet, and the thin veil between fact and fiction is torn. Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.
Hello. We back.
Did he freeze?
wait.
He froze.
I got it.
Yeah.
We're back. Yay.
Zorbu got him. Zorbu got him. Oh no.
Goddamn Zorbu.
You're back.
Zorbu.
What the hell was that?
I'm gonna have to give you the patch.
Zorbu gave him a
You might.
Zorbu.
I think Zorbu makes custom patches, doesn't he? No?
Maybe.
We should make freaking patches.
Well, according to Garrett,
should.
he's a good tattoo artist too. So
How many
give you that tramp stamp.
Yeah, down there in the back.
enter here?
Yeah, wow. Mm.
I had to get a mirror to see it too. I didn't even know I had it for like.
I don't know if we can get super chats from Zorbu anymore. Oh no, we can. Oh no, is it doing it? It's not
What?
doing
Oh wait, whoa! It's not doing it on this
it.
channel.
So it's
No ats. No.
yeah. They're rolling it out on just
Certain channels, I
certain
think.
channels. So on the
What,
main
the
channel, we're
YouTube BS?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
putting at names, so now you can't have your fun names anymore.
No, you can
Yeah.
change it. You can
You can
change
change it, but be careful not to dox yourself for those.
yeah, you can change your at. You can if you want, but it's a pain.
It's
Whatever.
not
I don't know.
fun.
I'm sure it
So
has something to
stupid.
do with bots. I'm sure that's what they're going to say. I haven't heard back from my guy yet. But,
I'm sure.
I'm sure it won't
Yeah.
do anything for it.
but it's doing it on Jeremy's channel, on our main channel.
My channel was that way.
Yep,
Mine
Okay,
as well.
but it's not doing it here. So we'll
Lo-fi
enjoy
girl
it while it
doesn't
lasts.
have it. I double checked.
For
Interesting.
those of you who don't give a crap about YouTube or are listening and stuff, they changed the names in the chat. They put the at symbol. What's it called again? Ampersand.
Ampersand.
Yeah, ampersand.
The Mesa.
The Mesa.
I really
Mesa.
like saying. I like his
What is
accent
going
more.
on in the Mesa?
In the
rocket.
Mesa.
Yeah.
So welcome back to Forbidden Frontier episode. What episode is it? It's it's
One.
105.
6. Garrett,
Is it 6?
Name-
No, it's 5.
you
Look at
made
the numbers.
You made the thumbnail correct. Just no. Title or is it the other
Look
way
at the
around?
numbers. The numbers. It's 105. It's 105.
105 or 106. I don't really, I mean,
I messed up. The
I'm
numbers
Above
gonna go with my boy
100.
in the
Garrett.
Discord, and then
I'm gonna go with my
But
boy
the thing
Garrett.
is, Garrett
It's
did the
105.
thumbnail too, though.
this is what you get when you have diversity.
Wait, Garrett,
hires.
you
just gotta
you
roll
messed up
with
the
it.
thumbnail?
I messed
Get
up
you
the
Black
thumbnail
Rock
in
money.
the Discord,
so
and then I
should
took it
I-
away, and then I put it
Oh.
back up.
I'll rename the title.
Yeah.
You messed up. No, don't rename it. It's 105. It's 105. It's 105.
I think
No,
we
I-
should just go with 106 and then have it be a mystery.
Oh yeah, there's a mystery episode.
missing
Oh.
episode.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
what
we-
happened?
We talked about Muhammad. So
Come on, Garrett. I didn't do nothing. I think. Dang, bro. Dang, Chad.
Dang.
Come on.
Dang.
Sorry,
It's
sorry.
gonna be on my
changing it.
side. It's her.
I'm trying. I'm
Uh,
from the best.
Where are you right now? Anyway,
Chicago.
you're oh
Hey!
Oh,
you're
Chicago. That's his
not,
spot.
you're not that
I'm
far.
going to Chicago.
You're getting rained on. We're okay.
No.
So it was sunny a half an hour ago, and it is dark as hell right now.
That's
so
such the Midwest weather.
yeah.
You want
It's
to see something
dark as hell.
cool?
It's just hot
got-
here.
Yeah.
so.
I got
Yeah.
this from Trish, artist
Yeah.
who we met in Peru. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Whoa, wait. Did she hand paint that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yo.
no. Yo.
Holy shit. That's amazing.
Awesome.
Whoa.
You can't ever wear that. You know, you
Ryan's
have to, like, put
smiling.
up
Look
on
at
a
that.
wall. That's so cool.
He's drunk. He's so
Like,
drunk. Right there.
Jer- I told her Jeremy's chin's too chiseled here.
Yeah, that's a, yeah.
Too much of a line. Gotta,
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool.
Dude, that
Good
is
job, Trish.
incredible.
Great, Trish. That's awesome.
Wow.
You got to hang that up. It's got to go on the wall.
Oh, guys, I'm tired, man.
Are you?
Yeah, I
How long are
climbed
you
this
going to be in the Midwest? In the Mideast?
Till
in the
Thursday.
Midwest.
I'm going up
I don't
to the
I'm
beach
tired
day
too.
tomorrow. Well, it is like 2:00 where you
Fatherhood,
are.
brother. I'm right there with you. I got you.
Yes,
I got you.
that
I got
is.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
I climbed the stairs of Kira Thungle yesterday
I saw.
Um,
Yes.
to the Devil's Doorway at the Devil's Lake in Wisconsin. It was freaking beautiful. It was awesome, and holy crap, it was a good workout. It was
Sweet.
really good. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to start kicking it into high gear because we're going to Egypt. There's
Yeah.
only like
True.
9 seats left.
Yeah.
8.
8
Be-
seats
Eight
left.
Like, if you are thinking about it, guys, I don't know how long these
Yeah.
spots are going to be open.
Seats are flying.
And it's the whole crew. The whole crew's going.
All of us are going.
Mhm.
Yep.
Whole squad.
Wandering Wolf as well, of course.
I got a few people from my chat going.
Some of the
which is
Peru
dope.
crew is
I'm
going to be
excited.
there.
Crew crew. Yep. That's
Jeff
right.
up north.
Yeah.
That's
It's gonna
right.
be it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yo.
And like we don't have to worry about anything because just in this past month we had Temu World War III and Temu
Mhm.
Civil War. Feels like
Yep.
years ago, but that was just a couple weeks ago.
Facts.
They're over now.
Yeah.
Mm.
So next one will be
We've
World
already
War
moved
IV, just to remind everybody. And Pride Month got canceled. So like all in all, not a bad June. I'm just gonna say that
Yeah.
right now.
You know,
Yeah,
turned out
you
pretty
know.
well.
Maybe for Iran, but like not for me. So I don't really care.
Turned out pretty good.
Pretty good. So we went to the yeah, that's the Devil's Doorway.
That's cool.
That's
So
a
cool.
big rock. Holy crap.
It's natural, but like if you look in the put
Let me
your
see if I
cursor
can zoom
down
in.
to the left. All right,
Down,
down,
and to the left.
down into the back
into the
and to the left, Garrett. Go
Now
those
cough.
Here?
yeah, right there with
Like a little
those
person.
little rocks are holding up the big ones.
Oh
right
my
there.
gosh.
Yeah, dude, it's like
Holy
you
shit,
just
look at
kick
that.
you kick those out, that whole thing's
The whole
coming down.
thing is going down.
Yeah.
That's scary.
That's
Oh my
precarious.
gosh.
That's
I'm
yeah.
surprised, knowing human nature, someone hasn't done that yet.
Yeah, it does look like a Minecraft portal. It does. I think just
definitely
Yeah,
we're
you
does.
just
pointing
need
that
to
out
get some
too.
flint and steel,
Yeah.
and you can go to the nether.
But yeah, that's in Wisconsin, and you can see. So it's in a
That's
little
cool.
area. Well, not a little area where the glacier just dug it out, so it's all gravel,
Mm.
and just you can see it. You can see where the glacier went down, and you can see where it changed speeds, because with the faster it goes, and the more it grinds the rock, and there's erratics everywhere. It's so after you watch some Randall Carlson videos, you kind of understand, and I'm like pointing out like the like what kind of rocks they are, and they're like, "Are you into geology?" I'm all, "No, I watch Randall Carlson." So.
You're like, yes.
So I mean,
watched
kind of
Randall.
then.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a really cool place. Cool place. And there's a bunch of the whitest people you know at the lake. I think they left their house for the first time that day.
Like see-through
Yeah.
white?
It was
Or
a-
like,
Yeah, clear.
Like,
or
I was
like-
the tannest person there that was white. Okay.
That's
so
saying
like that's saying something.
Like, you're more tan than I am, to be fair.
I go outside.
I
once in a
mean-
while. It's farmer's tan, don't worry. So
Does it travel up the arm?
when I wear it, a tank top outside. I don't wear tank tops on
I was gonna
screen.
say I've never seen you wear a tank top ever.
Yeah, I don't on stream. No. I'm white trash,
those
but I got
guns
my
out.
limits. Okay.
Pop those guns out.
I got my limits.
Actually,
Yeah.
what are you doing in Chicago?
Food, friends,
Oh, I love that.
food. Oh my
Live,
god.
laugh, love. That's what she's
I
doing.
I just booked my tickets to Chicago for my brother's wedding. I'm gonna go for September.
You could be
Oh wait,
And,
is it
September.
around the event that I posted about?
Wait, what event
There. Oh, so this
and
is
what time?
Trevor Grassi.
Okay.
Shout out to you. He told me about an event called, and I want to say this correctly because it's happened in Chicago late September, called Global Pyramid Network. It is happening September. Wait, it's loading. Sorry. Hotel internet. Give me a moment. I know the Italian scientists are going to be there.
Oh, the Cafe guys.
Yes.
The Cafe project.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
it's
get into
still-
that. We'll get into
It's
that.
still
We're gonna get
loading.
into that.
Oh, September 26th to 29th.
No.
Oh no.
Dang.
I'll miss it.
Dang.
Man, you're only gonna be a couple hours from our house up here. So
Oh, hey.
I
you
don't
go-
know
are
if
you
I'll
gonna
be
be
here
there?
or not. Maybe.
Oh,
we're
that'd
kind
be
of
cool.
we're moving up and down
Yeah, yeah.
now between the
Yeah,
two.
yeah.
So I have
Sure, sure.
no idea.
If you're
Cool.
there, we should all go up there. Like I'll
Well,
go
yeah,
up there, you go up there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
It's our house
down.
now. So
I'm gonna have a meetup.
yeah.
I'm gonna have a meetup and a show. I'm gonna have like a full set. There's this bar that's near my parents' house that has like a dope spot, and I hit up my parents. And I'm like, hey, you know that bar there? Like, do you know anybody there? And they're like, yeah, the owners. And I'm like, oh, that's
Oh,
perfect.
great.
They're like,
Perfect.
they're our neighbors. And I'm like, oh,
What?
like, oh, so your neighbor's the owner of that bar that I think is pretty dope that I'd like to like have a meetup at. And they're like, yeah. I was like, oh,
That's cool.
Well, that's
Nice how things work out.
that worked out nice.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It did. Well, cool. All right. So we're gonna talk about a little Skinwalker, like X-Ray Girl said. We're gonna sum up the Cosmic Summit, just kind of free for all tonight.
Yeah,
but
love
I
it.
do want to point out, like, Cosmic Summit was great. So thank you to George Howard and Stephanie and the team. They're fucking awesome people. It was
Amazing.
tons of fun. Those woo-woo guys can party, man.
Oh man, they party like no other.
my
man,
God.
all night long.
Saturday,
was like, I'm going to
There's
bed.
lots of vodka. Go drink the vodka. I was like, wow, he really is pushing the bar.
It was
and
open. It was open bar.
You know what the craziest part was? I think most people fell asleep, but then George posted on social media. Like Randall was just chilling out till like past 3, maybe
Yeah.
even 4 in the
Cool.
morning.
Cool.
I
All
went
the
to
Randall
bed.
you can handle.
I went
All
to
the
bed.
Randall
Yeah.
you can handle. It was good stuff. It was the conference was great. I mean, it was like, as far as speakers are concerned, I think Ben's. We're going to talk about Ben's talk because
Yeah,
it needs to
that
be
one was
talked.
awesome.
That was the best one.
Mhm.
I think he dropped
I
the bomb.
agree.
A huge
And
Yeah,
he's
it was
already
dope.
talked about it, but it's not talked about enough. And with Zahi Hawass back in the news being the shithead
yeah.
that he is, it really does need to get brought up more. I think
Yeah.
Ben's in New York right now, Explorers Club. I think he was doing that.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, he
in
just did it.
Boston for sure.
Or Boston. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing about his presentation that I really liked is what he brought, like the images of
Mhm.
Yeah.
the thing we're going to discuss. And it was very cool. I was like, I had never seen those before. So I had heard about it from the Pyramid Code, which is his friend's dad was the one talking about it. So yeah, it was really cool to get a lot more details on that.
It is.
Yeah.
So we were just at the Cosmic Summit in Greensboro, North Carolina. It was nice. Once the
It was hot.
once
was
the
hot.
weather cleared up. It was-
Muggy,
It was
East
nice.
Coast mug.
yeah.
In rain. It rained hard the first day.
Oh, the day we got
Oh,
there,
bad.
it rained.
You
So
would
you know,
hard.
just the
wet,
mustiness. Just
standing there.
But it was a good conference. But right around the time we were there or leaving, there was a meteor sighting in North Carolina and Georgia. And, Twitter was
Yeah.
like, what is this? Well, it's called a meteor. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
And we're currently going through the Turid meteor stream right now, the smaller part of it. Because we go through it twice a year that Randall's talking about. We go through it in June and then October and November. So not surprising, but did you get that video, Garrett?
yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah, supposedly it hit a house. There's like a couple fragments that went into someone's house.
Oh, if they got to keep it, that will more than pay for the house.
I'm sure they
As long
it
as
was
it's not
when it
alien
hit them.
spawn.
It showed. I saw the holes. They were really small.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's
Look
during
at
the
that.
day.
Wow.
Yeah, during the day too.
Yep.
You can only imagine how
Fireball
bright
in
that
the
was at
sky.
night.
Oh.
Imagine a big one. You're just driving down and you're just like, well, it's a good run.
Yeah,
See you on the other side.
See you on the other
one
side.
that you can like see in the sky, and it's just hovering there for a while, so it's big
Yeah.
and it's coming.
Yep. Well, that's probably what what the ancients saw during the Younger Dryas. They saw big things
Yep.
getting brighter in the sky, which would just not be fun at all.
You can kind of understand why it would permeate their entire culture.
For maybe they were
thousands of
obsessed
years.
about the stars a little bit. and-
Yeah.
yeah.
Makes
It
sense.
was their TV, realistically.
It kind of was.
It's true.
Like, what?
Yeah.
But it's interesting timing that happened during the Cosmic Summit. I think appropriate.
It
Good
was.
thing good thing it
I
didn't
like
hit
it.
anybody.
Agreed.
I think there's only
Yeah.
been recorded one instance of a meteor hitting a woman and she lived. She got like hit in the leg. There's a
Wow.
big old bruise. There's
What
a
are the
it's from back in the
chances?
50s or 60s. There's a picture of it.
That's a crazy, that is not likely at all.
No, you should play the lottery like right if there was one
Directly
back then,
after that.
like right after that.
All on black. Let's go.
Yeah, but she got hit and she survived. So I guess we could start out with our favorite bits from cause we saw pretty much everybody that I
Yeah,
could.
I got to see a lot. The only thing I was disappointed with the whole Cosmic Summit is there were too many good people scheduled at the same time in different places.
Different stages.
So I was like, I get it. I can't do all of it at once. So there's like so much, which is really good because then they have the the VOD afterwards, which you can still go get right now on Cosmic Summit.
Yep.
They still have that up for a few more months, I think. So it's good that you can do that, but I just want to, I want to see it all. I want to see it all at once.
What did you guys think of the Coffre project guys, the Italian scientist? It was the journalists and there was the two guys, right? I watched it myself. It was I found it pretty interesting.
So good. I wish they had more time.
I wish
know,
there was
kind of rushed, right?
I wish there was more of a translator because these things are already really complicated for my small brain to comprehend with like a normal English accent, but with like a heavy Italian accent, I'm like completely lost.
And rushed,
I'm like I have no idea.
Rushing.
The little nuggets in there, at least for they set it up where they were explaining how they tested the technology. Like they first went and tested it on a table and confirmed that it could tell the difference between the table and the void under the table. And then they like ramped it up. They were like, okay, and then we're gonna go from this to a dam, and then this other location, and then they found
the electric lines.
You could
the Goddard Tunnel in Switzerland. Like that was really cool because then you could see the Alps, and then you could see the tunnel, and it's like, all right, that's. I'm really happy that they were able to prove it on stuff that we know existed.
Because that was what we wanted.
That legitimized what we see under, and also the Osiris shaft.
Then they moved on to the Osiris shaft.
I posted that picture, actually.
Oh, post it because I saw in another lecture the Osiris shaft is one known shaft, but we see two.
There's two,
So,
and I found that interesting because now that we have references to show that their stuff works for seeing stuff that we know about. So like there's more there.
So it was set up really well.
Don't know about.
I think the speech was set up really well. They showed you how it worked. They tested it small scale, medium scale, large scale with the Alps, like the depth through the mountain. You could see where the mountain is. You could see where the tunnel is. And then they went to Egypt and they start showing you this one. Okay, this is proving that we know this is here. This is what we're seeing. It's confirming it's there. And then they moved on to
the new stuff.
To the new stuff. So it was really interesting. It's like I still want to know. I know. I want to know, but until we go down there, they had a really good point. They're like, okay, so there's a shaft. There's a bunch of shafts all over the place. I think Luke Caverns talked about it when he was on the show. There's these shafts all over the place, giggity, and they're covered with usually like a metal grate over it or whatever. And there's one right behind the Sphinx, or right in front of it, and they can't tell the full depth of it because there's like soil and there's people, they've filled in some of it, but through the scans it's much deeper. It goes almost as deep as, or if not deeper than the ones under the actual pyramid, that shaft. So I like all we got to do is kind of go in there, dig out the soil and sediment that you have in there, probably a bunch of freaking trash because it's just an open hole with a grate over the top of it. Like
also the water would be an issue though because they
then you pump it out. You got to pump it out.
Yeah, and then just keep pumping. That's true.
Continuously, but at least that way we don't have to start a new hole, dig a new thing, destroy anything else. We just go down the shaft that's already there.
Correct.
And and there was a ladder that went down there too. So I'm like, okay, so they've gone down there in some way. Freaking
this
to
me
pisses me off.
The legitimacy though of what the scans showed, not the 3D imaging. I think that still was wrong, and that's what everyone ran with. The actual data, like what they showed, the spiral, whatever the spirals are, there is something that's spiraling down around what looks like shafts.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely something down there now. It's pretty cool. After I've seen their like data.
I don't think it's ridiculous to say that I know like the 3D rendering of it seemed ridiculous with this spherical thing around it. Or, I mean, like the coil, and there's a big box at the bottom. It's like the data just shows that there's a void. It doesn't show that there's a very perfect box. And like, I don't think it's ridiculous to think that they dug wells down below because the water table was much deeper back then. They dig these wells before they build the pyramid, and then just right on top of it. So I totally and maybe those are just staircases that go down. Who knows?
It makes me think of the Snake Bros when they were on, and they were talking about those like the inverted pyramid, or like essentially the foundations of all these pyramids that they found, that like, oh well, they look like they deconstructed the pyramid, but look what the foundation that's there. It wouldn't surprise me, because of how big the Giza Plateau is, that there is just an epic foundation system that we don't know fully how deep it goes.
I still think it's hard for me to buy they're asking us to, there's data there. That's what we want to focus on.
Right.
Looking at that 3D rendering, that's really difficult for me to buy. I can buy the fact that the Giza Plateau is basically on like what, sandstone and limestone, right? So if it's sandstone and limestone, correct me if I'm wrong, Jack, because I've never been there yet.
Soon.
Ayo.
You could be there with us.
You think of Texas, which is on limestone and is filled with caverns and aquifers and stuff because it's porous. So, and then, and then you think of Darren Kuyu, like that was done. And this is to a much bigger scale, right? But that was done. So, we don't know until we get down there. And we're dealing with a corrupt Zahi Hawass who will cover stuff up because of Egypt exceptionalism, because of his nationalism.
It was a national project.
Yeah. And so that's what's stopping a lot of archaeology, is, even with we could say the same for Western exceptionalism with the academics, like and meaning the exceptionalism of their institution, not really of Western civilization, but of their institution, and anything that breaks the narrative of their institution, they're going to defend to their death, like the Dibbler, who we'll get to.
Well, you bring up Darren Kuyu, and it's like that housed over 20,000 people, right? Some crazy amount,
crazy number with
humans.
Livestock, and it had ventilation shafts, so
well systems.
So to think,
my point to bring that up is that when you look at the images of the walls and the design of it all, it feels carved out. It feels rudimentary, right? It doesn't feel proper and precise like these megalithic pyramids, but it's like if they were able to do it in Darren Kuyu in Turkey, like what could the people who built the pyramids do?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And who knows? Maybe the stuff under
as
there,
above, so below.
Boom.
Maybe the stuff that we're seeing
literally
is not a super high level construction. Maybe it's something like Darren Kuyu. It's just a low level tech thing, and it was a sacred area, and then they developed a technology to get to the point where they could build a pyramid, and they were like, this is a lovely place to put a pyramid right on top of it. So now we're seeing these vacant areas under it because that's something that they built way before that.
Something from before. And we won't know until we get more imaging. So during the press conference that I did ask them if they plan on doing 3D modeling. Of course, this is probably years down the road because it takes 3 weeks to process one data set. That image that we see there took 3 weeks.
They're working on one computer.
Yeah,
so they explain that. They're talking about how they're processing it. It takes a long time to process these. And they said that they're working off of one computer, and it's not even a dedicated computer. It's a computer that they use.
They need to get themselves. They need to get sponsored by Meta PCs.
Come on.
No, they need to release the information to the internet autists that will take open source that technology, please.
I think they're patenting it right now. They're in the process of patents. So.
Yeah. Somebody was explaining how the synthetic data aperture works, and I'm probably going to fuck this all up, so don't take my word for it. But it was something to the effect of the regular data aperture for these radar scans are a certain size, and the synthetic data aperture is like the inverse of that, and it like takes all this extra data and through like all the algorithms, and it tries to calculate all this stuff, and it basically synthetic makes all this data up. So a lot of that is made up data. So
I don't think we're doing it justice right now.
And then they did that on places that we know, like the Alps and all these things like that, and confirmed that the data is pretty accurate. It's just not completely perfectly accurate. That's my only thing.
Yeah, so there needs to be more work done. I mean, pretty much, but it was yeah. You know, I know Megalithomania, Hugh Newman, who we hung out with, one of the coolest motherfuckers alive. Like, really a cool dude.
He seems like a cool dude.
No, yeah, we were sitting there watching the conference from our little booths and stuff on his laptop, and what a cool dude. We can't wait to have him back. I didn't see it yet, but I will because I just noticed it. They did a full video on it. I think yesterday, an hour-long video on it.
Cool.
And I look forward to seeing that. But as you know, it was an interesting talk. It was, you know, with English not being their first language, and they were giving the talk, you know, and it like, look, the Italian accent is great, but you know, like,
hard to understand.
It's on mi amore, you know, spaghetti, lasagna,
pasta primavera.
But
like, I can understand that.
Cheese.
Trying to understand when he was explaining the synthetic aperture radar, because like I wanted to know more about that, like how did that work? I mean, I posted the slide, and I remember listening to it and like I'm like, all right, I'm gonna drop everything I'm doing and try to really focus on how he's explaining this, and it's like had something to do with the vibrations, and then he explained these 3 different things,
multiple
and
things.
I'm like,
and then it's like, so it's like the different ways to radar it in different directions, and then
bring
like,
it up. I'm like, show this next slide. I just posted in research.
So what I understand is the Earth, everything in the Earth vibrates. So what's happening is reading the vibrations with the satellite in the sky. And as the satellite moves, it reads the data as it's going across, which actually helps create that tomographic images, just like that you would do in X-ray as well. And then you have to process it through an algorithm to spit out this image that we see with all the different colors. And you have to account for wind, water, different other things that will affect vibrations as well.
Man, yeah, I don't know. It's again, these things are hard for my little brain to wrap around when they're in English, but in
smart brain
Italian, it's really
and they're using technology that corporations have used to survey. So that's
already,
so that's what they're using. So there has to be something to it. What those voids are, whatever it is under the pyramids, like, would you, as Adam brought up, look at the effing pyramids, would you be surprised if there wasn't something amazing under them?
Yeah,
right.
And you think,
it was a national project.
It was a national project. Okay.
Why couldn't they?
It was like Egyptian Patriots Day.
Yeah.
But it was like May Day for the Egyptians, you know. But the thing is, you know, in our very advanced society, we think we have gotten so much stuff figured out. But I have to call back to Graham Hancock, who has said, we don't know shit about our oceans. We know more about the moon and Mars than we do about our oceans. They're more surveyed. We don't know what's underground. I mean, the furthest we've ever dug was not that far, and it was Russia, and it was and the bit melted. So we really don't know. There's so much under the sand of the Sahara, we're just finding out what's under the rainforest, in the Amazon. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if we find something groundbreaking, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if Zahi Hawass or somebody else covered it up because they found something that they can sell a bunch of shit, and they don't want anybody else find. That would be number one for me. It's not
Put
just
some olive trees, plant some olive trees.
It's to cover it up so you can have control, so you can just illegally sell shit on the side. That would be my number one motivation.
I can't believe none of them, like, I like Matt Bell and I like Joe Rogan, but neither of them asked that. Like, that's the one thing. He was like, oh, they think that I'm like hiding information about aliens. And that's not what. No, the internet thinks you're stealing shit and selling.
Yeah.
it. That's what the internet thinks.
What do you know? That's why he's saying the other stuff. That's why he's saying the internet thinks this.
It's not just the internet thinks that. It's that he is heavily suspected of that and been accused of that before.
Yeah,
by government entities. Now, it's government.
I would have pressed him
in
on
Egypt,
that.
but I would have pressed that. Would have been, but he would have walked out on that one. He would have just straight up. So you make that your last question. You make that your last question.
Right.
By the way, Zahi, before you go, like Columbo, one more thing.
One more thing before we end the
stream. It would be confirmation if he got up and left,
But
this dude has had a stranglehold on Egypt and the perception of Egypt and the history there for 50 years.
Well,
50
wait.
years.
Have you read his book?
I have not. I have to admit, I have not read the book. I don't have all the facts inside of it.
True.
But this dude has controlled it this whole time. I think he's a puppet. I think he's a fucking moron. Like we saw him on JR. There's no way 100%. This guy's an actual mastermind running all this shit. He's a fucking idiot.
True. Yeah, you're right.
He's being set there so other people could.
He did more for
spirit away all
ancient
this
civilization studies than anybody alive on that Joe Rogan. That absolutely
it's pretty amazing.
Maybe Graham Hancock's got a point. Like
yeah, like they did that twice. To go back to the Dibbler.
True.
Both times that was your moment, academics. That was your moment to go on to JRE, to go inside the lion's den and prove everybody wrong and have facts. Please give them to me. I want to see the truth. That's what I want. I want to know what the truth is. If you got some facts, if you've done all your studies, bring them. You didn't. You look like an idiot. You lied. And then you look like a moron. So like, who am I going to go to?
The funny part is they all think that they won. Like I watched some of Dibbler's stream. They are seriously like patting themselves on the back. They think that they owned, they owned it. They won. They are correct over like this whole thing. Well, we're going to talk about it. For those who don't know, Dibbler did a full stream about the Cosmic Summit. I mean, I'll just say that. All right, he talked about it, and it was it was entertaining. I watched some of it.
How many views did it get?
I'm not sure, but he talked about you, and he brought up Garrett's tweet, and let's just bring up the video. Bring it up. Right, look at that. So, is that the same one you're holding in your hand? Hey, that's you.
Oh, dang.
It has begun.
Yeah. So there was a.
Is that Carlson?
That's Randall. Yeah.
That's Randall Carlson.
Party, dude. We're partying.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Go back to how many views did it get? Like I usually don't do this, man. It's got 9,000 views. That's not bad for a channel with 69,500 subs. It's not bad.
I will say, I haven't done the legwork on this, and I can go back and check, but I don't think he'd have half the views if he didn't go on JRE. If we haven't been making fun of him this whole time, he's turning into a lolcow.
Yeah, he is. He is a
good point.
He's a lolcow, and that's what he'll continue to do. So have your fun now, but recommendation: never mention him again after this. Like, just ignore the guy.
Leave the Dibbler in the past.
He ain't winning anything, by the way, because the Dibbler doesn't have a special on Netflix. I just want to put I'll flex for other people. He doesn't have a special on a Netflix deal where Graham could get a third season if he so chooses, if he can make it work. Randall's got stuff in the works. Other people have documentaries going on. The Snake Bros are killing it. Michael's killing it. All these guys are going on tours. You don't see the Dibbler running any tours, do you? You don't see him running outside. No. You don't see him interacting with actual humans and getting together and other than the poor kids who are trapped in his class, and they have to pay a lot of money to go there. And you learn more at the Cosmic Summit. You do.
Thanks.
Yeah,
you do. He's institutional retardation, and they're really set in their ways. And he could talk all the shit he wants about me. I don't really care. He said I was cringe.
Yes,
because I didn't like flying.
Correct. Yeah. About a minute after that.
Sorry, my fear of flying is
cringe.
Didn't like a crash just happen too? I'm just Yeah,
I don't like. I'll get in a plane if I have to, but I don't like flying. I fucking hate it. I hate the entire experience. I said it's a little better in first class. That's what I said.
It's true.
But yeah, we ran a panel with Pillars of the Past and the producer of Atlantica, producer and director and star. It was and Nikki Anna, she was there. It was
we flew back together on the same plane.
Oh, did you? And David Stick Hansen. Trip.
Stick.
Oh my gosh.
It was on another level.
That guy was, dude, I was watching your Explorers come, and my wife's like, she was sitting, and she wasn't watching it with me, but she was sitting close enough that she could hear it. She's like, is that guy okay? Talking about David Stick, and I'm like, I think he's a little insecure.
If you've never done a panel before, I mean, like,
nerves.
you got to get
100%. Yeah,
no,
definitely.
Pillars of the
like,
Past.
we got to get prepared. I'm like, let's just.
You felt like a natural, but you sit and talk for a living, basically. So,
but on that panel, Pillars of the Past, he was the one that was most impressive to me. Like the stuff that he was doing, he went
Rising Star
way out there. Yeah, Pillars of the Past.
No disrespect. Nikki Anna's, we love her.
Nikki Anna's awesome.
Nikki Anna's cool. Yeah.
Pillars of the Past is a rising star.
Super cool.
For one, he's a professional editor, and you could absolutely tell. So his little sizzle reel,
that makes sense.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and he's brand new at that. He's been doing it for a year. And if you haven't subbed to his channel, sub to his channel. He's going to places in Peru. He's kind of doing like Luke and Pillars of the Past are doing the same thing. They're going to places nobody else has gone, and they're finding new shit. And they're doing it just Google Maps. I know, like Luke, and they both do hours and hours and hours and hours of research. Luke had to bail out because he was working on, he was working on a video for 12 hours. I'm like, yeah, we know that feeling.
Yep.
But at least
we hung out with him a little bit.
We did a little bit. We saw
his Nazca line video is awesome. He dropped that yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's what he was working on when he's there. So I know how much goes into that. But with the Dibbler, it's I mean, it's kind of funny that I get talked about by the. You know what? Between Black TikTok and the Dibbler this week, it's been a great weekend.
Yeah, just throw it on the pile.
My channel should be there more often.
Yeah,
dude. Oh my God, the emails I've gotten at him. Woo!
Oh yeah,
we're gonna,
I bet.
We're gonna. I think tomorrow. I think Melissa has a compilation. We're gonna read some of them. They're
my goodness.
Really
good stuff, man.
Oh yeah,
good stuff.
I mean, I said the other day, I'm like, I can only imagine the amount of shit you get, because I said one thing about Superman and I got freaking just
wait till it comes out.
You're like, I think Superman should be stoic, and they're like, no, he shouldn't. He should be a little baby pussy.
They were so mad at me,
dude.
I was like,
after all that went down, I put up a tweet, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I mean this. I said, I really hope Superman is good. That would be neat. And I mean it. Like, that's what I want. I want to walk out of there like I felt like F1. I want to walk out of there going, fuck yeah, America.
Yeah.
It wasn't even an American movie, but like it was just fun. It was a fun movie. And that's why I walked out, and people had a problem with it.
Of course.
Hoping a movie's good. Sounds like Brian's Batman review.
Somebody centered an entire video around it, which is amazing. And it's like
about that tweet. Oh my God, people are crazy, man.
So that's what like they just have basically Dibbler and I guess some other guy, some professor guy who's not even a professor. Anybody who self-titles a professor and you're not a professor, you want to talk about fucking cringe. Okay.
Yeah.
It's cringe to nickname yourself. You can't nickname yourself. Somebody else nicknames you. And then you even, unless you're really leaning into it to call yourself a professor or God King of fucking Daily Wire or shit like that. That stuff is fucking cringe. Don't do that. Okay.
Come on.
It's not a good look at all.
Yeah.
He could think I'm cringe for being afraid to fly. That's okay.
Yep.
I can handle it.
If a cringe person thinks you're cringe, then are you cool?
Yes.
Sure.
The cringe
cancels how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I think
the math works.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he's got a degree. I've been kicked out of 3 high schools, so he's obviously just a better person than I am. Right. So that's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
glad you learned the lesson he's trying to impart onto you.
Yeah.
Hey, I I won best domino player and best racquetball player at Folsom Prison, and I got a certificate for both of them. So
that's pretty damn
fuck
good.
you, Dibbler. All right,
You should frame him.
Dominoes.
That's frame worthy.
In prison,
dude. I beat black people.
Damn.
At dominoes.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
In prison. So like they got a lot of time in their hands to play dominoes nonstop.
Yeah, I was throwing the bones, and I beat
Wow.
black people, and I got respect.
That's
So,
good.
Wow.
There you go.
That's good. That's good.
You should post that
Oh.
when Black Twitter comes at you.
When Cam's just like, I will
We'll get you a plaque that's
play
like
some
I won
dominoes, man. Let's go.
Folsom Prison.
Ow!
Give me some respect. Put some respect on my name.
That's all. That's clipped. Yeah.
Clip it. You can put respect on it. Clip it.
Psychotic mongoose, I see you
Well,
out there.
Yeah. Listen, you have a lot of time to work on it. Okay. So, like, the thing about dominoes is like playing 21. Once you play it enough, you can basically you count the dominoes and you can figure out what everybody's got. It's so once you play it every night for like 8 months in a row, you get pretty good at it.
Pick it up.
You pick it up. You pick it up.
So at the
It's
Cosmic
bones. You're
Summit-
right. Throwing the
Oh.
bones. Throwing the bones. I beat black people throwing the bones.
We haven't mentioned.
Oh gosh.
We haven't mentioned our girl.
Oh,
was,
Yeah, oh,
was hosting.
hostess with the mostest.
Hosting.
Thank you. It's actually really fun. Just
Very nice.
go on stage, run around, say hi to people.
Yeah, every time I saw her, I was like, I know her. I know her.
That's one of ours right there.
And just I think I met so many people who I probably wouldn't normally meet just because you introduce them, say hi, and I might have gotten some information for some guests for the future.
Mhm.
Yes.
Some connections. So
Doing
I
some
love
go.
this. I love it. I love it.
doing what I was made for. Really.
I believe it.
networking.
Yeah, I
yeah,
believe
really.
it.
She's
thrive in
actually
that
pretty
environment.
good. She's really good at it. Like,
Yeah.
I just
really
like
good at the
talking.
networking thing. I hate networking.
I hate
so I'm
talking.
glad you're good at it. Well, I'll talk to people, but I'm like, hey, dude, come on my show. I can't do that shit. It's it's very difficult. Very difficult. So
we all got our
good.
gifts out in the world. So
Love it.
Still looking for mine. We also got to see some of
that
these.
was
yeah. Got to hold
So
them.
cool.
A lot of them. Yeah, they just let you hold them.
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
like
Matt
the
Bell's
nubs.
cool,
When
man.
you're there,
Matt-
you can touch them.
Matt Bell was there, and these are the vases that Ben has gone over a lot in the past that are pre-dynastic. And they are
There's a
better
lot of
in
them.
quality, and there's a lot of them. They're tiny, and there's like some really freaking small ones, man.
Look at the
there's
small one. Yeah.
some
Wow.
that are thimbles.
What?
Like they're
Yeah.
teeny
Yeah,
tiny.
And shaped the same.
Yeah. And the you
Really?
see the one with the yellow base, they had to
Yeah, yeah.
3D print bases so that they would stand up properly.
Yeah, because it goes to like a tip. It's like one of those water cups that don't have a
Mhm.
bottom.
Oh, freaking cool.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How did
Gosh.
how did it work for them back? They had it laying down or upside down?
No idea. We were just like joking around. There's people at the end being like, it's probably like a stein where you just hold it,
Mm.
or is it like? Did I say the right word for drinking?
Yeah. I guess
Yeah.
Stein is like
Well,
it's like a
Stein's the
mug.
thing that's got the
Right.
German.
Oh, sorry. The
top thing.
horn. What's
I
the
used to have
horn
one.
one? then?
Horn. Yeah, like a horn would make more sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I'm thinking like a bottle of wine. You don't want it to sit up. You want it sideways so the cork is wet, so that no air can get in.
Oh.
So that because Luke had a great conversation with Matt Bell when he was on the show about the vases, and what Luke thinks had something to do with like the Lotus Eaters. I know I mentioned it with when Ben was on the show, and that's where they kept their stuff. So like, if they were holding it and it was some high end drink to like get all messed up, back a couple thousand years ago, Lotus Eaters, I could see that.
Yeah.
Being all fancy,
Well,
pinky up.
Look at what potheads do in worship of their weed. Like I've
Good
seen
point.
the
That's
art
true.
of the bong. Like
Whoa.
in when I was in high school, the art of the bong was a real thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So how
Dude, the
much
glass-
time and effort was put into them? Like, dude, you had like little motor bongs, and it was nuts, dude. We made a bong
Yep.
out of stuff at a pet supply store just to see if we can do it. Yeah,
Interesting.
we called it skull fuck. So
Oh Okay.
We found a skull that goes into an aquarium, and then we got some hamster tubing, right? And then my engineer friend fucked around with it a little bit, and it was a stand-up bong, and the carb was on your toe, so you had to hit the carb with your toe, and and if you took a hit, you were probably puking. It was you got so much freaking so we called it skull fuck. Yeah.
You should also, well, maybe not you, but someone should develop a strain called that as well. That's a great name for it.
That is a good name.
It probably exists already.
It probably does.
Yeah.
So to show you, this is the smallest vase that they had there.
The one in your hand. Oh no, this
one
here.
right here. So the one in my hand right there was like the one that you see that Ben has talked about.
I wish there was like a quarter next to this because you really have no.
It is this big.
There's that crystal. Like, see above it? There's the crystal finger or something else.
Something I don't know.
What is it? What did you say? Sorry, what? If you look really closely, it's made by Zorbu.
Anyway. Go up a little bit. Yeah.
So there's that. It's about the size of a finger.
Garrett, is that familiar at all?
No.
Oh gosh.
No, it's not.
At all.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh wow, look at that.
So this is it. This is the smallest one, and again, it is this big.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
3 3/4. Basically.
And this is a precision vase.
Yeah.
Or they all are, I guess. Okay, cool.
Yeah, some are put together, obviously, because they were in pieces,
broken.
I think he said that this one was fixed. At some point.
Parts of it that are like clearly have repairs on it.
But he has
I like how small that is. Cool.
He has an impressive collection, and it's even more impressive that he brought it there and like let people touch it. Like
that's so cool.
Nobody can do so. That shout out to Matt Bell for doing that. That was awesome, dude.
Yeah, it seems like his vibe. It seems like he really loves the subject. I mean, he doesn't need to do Limitless. He doesn't need to do any of this. You know, he's clearly doing it out of the love. Yeah, the love of it, and funding the freaking, excavate or like the drilling into the new space in the Grand Pyramid.
Yeah, that it's awesome.
So
that
cool.
We need somebody doing that, and somebody who's a free thinker, and shout out
who
to
will
him.
Clearly share it with the world.
Yep.
I love that. That's my favorite thing about it.
This one I didn't get a good picture of it, but this one,
it
doesn't have a flat bottom. So it goes to a very like hard to tell that it kind of goes to a peak, kind of like a top, and they were spinning it, and it was spinning perfectly.
I saw a video of it,
and
somewhere.
Then when it sits perfectly balanced flat. Like you don't have to spin it. You just set it there, and it just sits there, just perfectly
balanced, and it's
balanced, like all things
rounded at the bottom, so it's got a perfect center.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool!
Perfectly balanced, 100%, like no lean, nothing.
How the fuck did they do that by hand?
They were really bored one day in their loincloths, and they said, "Let's, what's a vase? I don't know, but I'm going to make a perfect one.
I'm going to make it up."
Ooga booga. And I'm gonna go throw poop at you. I don't know what the thought process is, but these things are that's incredible, man.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, and they were made out of a bunch of different stuff. Like there was a glass one, ceramic, stone, like different types of stone, basalt, granite. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. Man, and they're way heavier than you think.
Oh my god!
Oh, really?
Looking at them, yeah.
I was afraid I'd break it, so I didn't touch too many.
But like once you pick it up, if you broke it, it would break you. Like it's not breaking, you're breaking.
I mean, some of them are
hefty.
Yeah, some of them are hefty, and then some are really thin, and you're like, that's the ones you're like, how did they do that? Like I don't know, without lathing it or something. So
it's one thing to have the outside be perfect, but to have the interior, because the thickness is also uniform, and that's what I find really incredible. I don't know how they did it. Yeah, it's amazing.
And they had thousands of these, not here at the Cosmic Summit, but like where they found these in Egypt, thousands of them.
Yep.
So it was easy. It was easy to produce these things.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Not easy to produce is a labyrinth.
This one's super cool.
Yeah.
This is cool.
That's the good
one.
The
lip on it is so thin between
super
the
thin
bottom to the top. Yeah.
what is that? And what I also find fascinating, Ben talks about this, is that it's not just one type of stone. It's like 4 different types, and they're different hardnesses, and like that is ridiculous. Like we can't do that today. You know, it's just fascinating. Yeah, baffling. Good word for it.
But yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
It's all right. Speaking of
The
Ben,
labyrinth. This is
he did
cool.
a whole talk on the labyrinth, and I think he got inspired from the imagery from Under the Pyramids.
SAR data. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he kind of called back to, and this is one of his older, I think a video from 2 years ago, where he went out there, and it was a French artist. I forgot his name. Some French artist commissioned this, and he commissioned a trip to go find the labyrinth, and they pretty much found it. And what they show, what the most impressive thing are the scans that they have, and it shows squares, like little squares and empty spots, and it looks like a damn labyrinth.
Here we go.
The damn shame about this whole thing is there's a reason they're probably going to keep it covered up and never. There's a lot of reasons, but one of the main ones is you would have the water tables going up, and it's probably flooded, so it would be crazy expensive, not impossible.
You do okay.
to drain it. And then excavate it, and then
look at that.
Draining it and excavating it would possibly harm some farming there.
Oh,
right.
100% it would.
Yeah. So that's this is
why
the
description of it here.
So it was the Greek historian,
not Herodotus.
He saw it.
I don't remember.
Yeah. It's something like that.
Was it Herodotus?
Yeah. So
was it the story?
Yeah. So he's one of the people who's mentioned it, right? Mentioned seeing it, was taken through it, and it's just thousands of rooms, hundreds, thousands, multiple levels,
massive scale. And they didn't even take him to the bottom. He wasn't even allowed to go to the bottom.
It's 8th wonder of the world, as impressive, maybe more impressive than the pyramids. And
it was Strabo.
Okay. Strabo. Thank you.
And Herodotus, actually. He talks, he brings both of them up here.
So the
Egypt was Strabo.
And there's been rumors and whispers of this. So Ben does this entire talk again, basically covering his video to kind of reset it that like this thing is here. Like we know where it is. Yeah. And they had a paper written up. This French artist had written up a paper, had everything ready to go, had a website that was going to be totally accessible. Now, Ben saved all this on I think he's got a link to it in his video. If you go to his video, there's a link to the research there, and it just got disappeared. And he mentioned Zahi Hawass. We don't want to make accusations, but I will. You guys don't have to. I'll blame Zahi Hawass.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Not 100, but like Ben also brings up like the legitimate reasons why it's probably not going to be excavated traditionally. Now, with newer technology, you could go out there and you can at least do more scans. And I would hope that our Italian friends scan this area.
I hope so.
Good point.
So you can see here, and they've done radar scans of this area, and it shows there is a labyrinth, like different voids, hallways, different depths. So it's there. They just will not uncover it.
And again, like, hey, we want them to eat. I get it, but there has to be some kind of compromise you can make, because this is the discovery of and Ben said it over and over again. He's not wrong. Discovery of the century, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Bigger thing. Like Göbekli Tepe sets the clock back, but as far as like what man can do and make from the past, this would dwarf. There it is.
So this is showing how big it is. This is showing the voids of like hallways, and then you can see, if you kind of squint there, there's a depth. There's more under that.
Yes,
that is like different hallways underneath that, and it goes deeper and deeper, and you can get to the darker green areas, where you can just see like there. What is it?
It's fascinating.
Fucking crazy would it be if they dug that up, though?
If you
That'd be
discovered
so
this,
awesome.
this would put you on the history. You'd be in the history books.
Your name would be known forever.
Forever if you discovered this. So why
and
is it not being discovered?
You could divert water.
It's in Zahi Hawas's book.
He already
my
discovered
God.
it. It was a national project, guys.
Yeah.
It was a national project.
So this is another scan here that they did, and they're just basically showing you what they found, the different levels of it.
It's freaking insane, man.
Yeah, so he did this.
Flinders
that was
Petrie.
cool. Yeah, Flinders Petrie. He's one of the OG Egyptian archaeologists there.
Bring up that picture that you posted.
I think we might have met him at one point.
Possibly.
And I'm probably gonna meet him sometime soon. I just tagged you. It's in Forbidden Frontier.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Not research. Yeah. So here's a picture of Flinders Petrie. Who does that look like? Anyone?
Anybody?
Wandering
Wolf.
It's so crazy how close it looks to Michael Collins.
And not just one picture.
It looks
like all of the pictures.
Like that's Michael Collins, dude.
He's reincarnated.
We just found
what
out.
the fuck, man?
Around for so long. Wow.
Garrett, when you posted that picture, I was watching it and I thought in my head, I'm like, why does that look familiar? And then you posted that. And then I looked back at the stream and I was like, holy shit, it is Michael Collins. It's crazy.
Here, look, here's another one.
He's a vampire. You're right, chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this one. Even at a different age.
Yeah, that looks
bro.
Yeah.
Michael, what are you doing? You're a time traveler,
bro.
Beards on different beards.
You're an immortal.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a painting of yourself in a portrait? Don't do it.
You need to get this coat, Michael. All right.
Oh yeah, that coat, bro. Yes.
Get this coat.
They need to bring all that shit back. All this needs to be brought back.
Dude.
Cloaks,
yeah, dude.
Cloaks. Bring cloaks back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sad to not
see
there.
Naming people Flinders. They need to bring it all back.
Yeah, Flinders.
Yeah, Flinders Petrie.
That was my first choice for a boy, but
yeah,
it wasn't about it. So
he was talking about when he was there.
Obadiah. Yeah.
He was dropping into catacombs underneath like the Sphinx and all these other pyramids that are off to the side. He was crawling in those things back before people even were looking in this area.
Ben from Uncharted X's friend, Awan, his father in Pyramid Code talks about when he was a kid, no one gave a crap about any of the ancient stuff. We would go running through the tunnels. There's countless tunnels under the pyramids, under the Sphinx, and he kind of just offhandedly says it and then moves on. And I'm like, wait a minute, like what? I need to know more about that. Like, how many tunnels? Like, what are you talking about? But it doesn't surprise me at all. You know, not at all. That's what I want to talk to him about.
Is a sorry, it's a grift.
Yeah,
it's a way to sell shit, make money, control information, and the true meaning of a grift, which is you don't believe in any of the shit, you don't care.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Stop, Michael.
Bro, you have some splaining to do, Michael. You have some splaining to do.
Yeah, back to the labyrinth though. It's insane that is there. We know exactly where it is. It's obvious to the naked eye.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Come on.
You got to do. Come on. Let's get some leaf blowers and blow.
Why don't you make it a national project?
Yeah.
That's how it works in Egypt. Make it a national project. Boom.
Yeah.
15 million people a year go to Egypt for sightseeing and tourism. 15 million.
It would double that.
You can imagine.
For the first few years, it would double that amount of people going there just to see the
100%.
new thing first.
Definitely. Oh yeah.
Just think of all the money you can make.
Do you think we can make it over there while we're there? Just like
that'd be cool. Make a little trek over there. I don't know how far it is.
I'll see. Can I bring a dustbuster? I'll bring a dustbuster.
I'll bring one too.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll allow it.
The vortex going.
We could probably buy one there.
Yeah.
I'll just bring a broom.
Yeah.
Just start sweeping. You sweep
start
enough, you
blowing.
can make it happen.
Clean the area. Don't worry about it.
But that raises a question in my mind, right? So, like, again, if you discovered this, your name is in the history books. It's the biggest discovery forever, right? That means that there is something more important to them than doing this. And what is that? Because, like you just said, it would. It's not people visiting the sites in tourism, because if they discovered something that's going to bring people there more, right? It's not that. It's what is it? Like, what is it that's holding you back from making more discoveries? Because it would benefit you, Zahi, to make more discoveries.
It would.
It's weird. Just weird.
Well, it's very strange and suspect. And it's probably because the one guy in control only has so much resources, and he wants to maintain control so much that he'd be willing to cover shit up. That if he admitted that the labyrinth was there, he would need help. He would need lots of help. He could Egypt could not do that by themselves. They wouldn't have the technology. They would have to get outside technology, and then somebody else could take credit. And I think he just wants to take credit for everything.
If it's truly as big as it seems, and suddenly they go, okay, we found this massive thing, how are they going to like lock it down so that looters, Egypt's probably been dealing with looters for thousands of years.
Well, yeah.
You know, you can only imagine the amount of people that are going to be like, well, I'm going to go and try to get some shit. And
when they had the coup, that's what happened. Like, pretty much they had the coup, and then the looters just ran out there and just dug a bunch of shit up, and they found stuff. Like, some people found stuff through it. So I think you just take that risk.
Yeah. It's a shame.
It's right there, man. It's right there.
It's under all that. I mean, just, good sandstorm. Take care of it. You never know. We lost X-Ray Girl. But it's right effing there. And it's so hopefully someday, Ben's not going to let it go. And I don't think he should. I think he should talk about it a lot more.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot more. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Signal boost it a little bit.
Be really cool to go.
Well, look at how the structures under the pyramids hit the algorithm. Like, that was the most exciting thing to happen in ancient civilizations in a long fucking time. People were going nuts.
All my normie friends were talking about it.
Yep. Everybody was talking about that.
I had to explain it so many, because they were like, oh, Adam's going to know about this. Let me ask him. Adam, what do you know about this? And I'm like, and I explained it to a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to go to Egypt, guys. I'm so freaking hyped about it. The statues of Memnon, like those massive statues. I can't wait to see those.
Well, just
700 miles or something.
Mm-hmm.
700 tons. No, I don't remember which one is it?
Far.
It doesn't matter. Far.
Seeing Peru like in real life, kind of gives you the sense of like, oh, pictures don't do any of this shit justice, like, at all.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get answers, because you get there and you just go like, this makes less sense. This makes less sense. I believe it. What the heck? But it's going to be cool, because we're going to go to the UK first. We're trying to go there.
Okay, so still trying to do that.
Still working things out.
To do that.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll try to be going there before the
October
trip.
Yeah,
October would be dope.
Once the book is out, I'll be able to like focus on it.
Yeah.
So. Okay, go.
So like it's going to be before Egypt, so we can go to the UK, maybe go to the museum again, see the Egypt stuff there, Stonehenge again. I got his book on giants of Stonehenge.
Maybe we rent a car and just
instead.
That's how we would do it.
I'll drive. No, I'm kidding.
So we can go there, see the museum there, and then go to Egypt. Oh, dude.
I drove Garrett in my car. He's safe.
Yeah, that's fine. We drove like not even a mile.
5 minutes, not even.
Yeah, it was...
Scariest 5 minutes of his life.
Just white knuckle it the whole way. We're taking one turn. Intersection.
Oh my god. You want to talk about we haven't talked about it because we've been so busy. Want to talk about Skinwalker Ranch.
Skinwalker,
Sure.
Skinwalker Ranch has been back. We're on episode 4. They cold opened the first episode with finding ceramics in the mesa that were made, that were
synthetic
self-healing
ceramics.
Yeah. From inside the mesa.
And that's how they cold open it, right? And we've gone through 4 episodes and we haven't really like
they haven't gotten back to that yet.
So they're teasing it, obviously.
Yeah, they tease the shit out of that.
Lots of drones, lots of rockets, but we've established a bubble. So there's a bubble, not just a
I got some good images here. Yeah, here we go. Here's
not just above, but below.
So I think this is the first LiDAR they did.
Yeah, the guy was doing the LiDAR and he found this dome and he was talking to the scientist that was doing LiDAR on the surface, right? Was that who he was talking about? She was like, you found a dome? I found a dome. He's like, what are you talking about? And they like cross-referenced and they found that there was a dome above and below.
Yeah, if you look at the fourth picture that I posted is the other person that he was talking to.
Oh,
and that shows the sky dome. Go ahead.
Before we get into this, we missed something from the labyrinth that will connect to us in some way. We got to go back.
Oh yeah, we got to go back. How did we miss this?
How did I forget the biggest thing?
How did we forget this part? Okay,
sorry.
They did scanning. They did scanning again in the labyrinth, and there's a giant chamber in the middle of it that has a 40. Yeah.
Okay. So all layers converge at a central corridor or avenue like an atrium of shopping mall where you can see all floors from one vantage point. There's a central object, hard to classify. It appears metallic, not stone or wood. It is centrally housed there and is 40 meters long and freestanding.
40 meters long, the same size as the Tic Tac.
And he described it as Tic Tac shaped.
Tic Tac
resembles Tic Tac hard mints.
The big Tic Tac, not the little Tic Tac, the big one.
Is that why they're not?
Is that why
discovering?
Bob Lazar said one of the ships in S4 was from an archaeological dig.
Mm-hmm.
There's been long since rumors of there being something underneath the Sphinx that's like a UFO of some sort.
Is there a
link? The labyrinth?
Maybe.
Well, if you're gonna believe Bob Lazar, and I do. I think the guy's been really consistent.
Yeah,
he hasn't, and mostly like hasn't cashed in. That's the one thing. Like if you cash in right away, it's like okay, but like no, he's got another gig where he makes plenty of money. Like he's fine.
Look at you, David Gertz. Excuse me.
But yeah.
Spielberg movie.
So anyway. Micah screamed out like when he's like the Tic Tac, said it loud enough, which is cool. And we were both looking at each other like, what the fuck? I did not know that. So that was something new that. And Ben said, "I've got some new stuff here." So
he kind of just threw it out there too at the end. He was like, and then there's the scans.
Surprise!
It's so not Ben's thing though,
Yeah,
no,
no. But he kind of just dropped it there.
He's like, "You'll probably like this." I don't know, whatever, but Tic Tac maybe.
40,
Like Ben's not like sensationalist or hyperbolic in any way, which like
true.
He's all I know that makes me a shitty YouTuber, but like I'm not gonna be like that at all. But yeah, that was the biggest bomb drop at the freaking conference, easily. So there's that. So it is a giant metal structure underground. Then
in
we
the
go
very
back
center,
in the very center
where all the levels can see it. Very
which
important.
Is like the big like the big center entry hall of a mall,
right?
Which we can all picture, right?
Yeah, with the layers.
It's like the car you can win,
or Santa Claus. Where Santa Claus is
Santa
the
Claus
car
right
you can
in the
win.
middle.
Yeah.
Or it's Santa Claus,
yeah.
But instead, it's a tall white.
Tall white,
tall white.
And you bring him gold.
Yes, you bring me gold.
Yeah. Wow.
So
I'm glad we went back.
Sorry, we didn't mention that. My bad.
No, we kind of did. Well, look. To be fair, there was so much information
really,
from Cosmic Summit. Like we could talk about it for months because it's so much packed into that weekend. Yeah, it's impossible to just like recall everything too at the top of our heads. So
yeah,
but good shit on remember that is clutch.
So back to Skinwalker, where we think something is buried in the mesa that's metallic, but there's also there's a signal coming out, a signal that later episodes gets replicated, which is weird.
Yeah.
But what they basically where we're at is there's some sort of bubble, and it's right at the same place where they thought the cone was. So the cone zone. The cone zone might actually just be a bubble, right? And
so 2,000 feet, I think, was this?
Yeah,
2,000
height.
Yeah.
2,000 feet across, not high. It was the circle. The diameter of the circle is 2,000, right? I think I have an image of it.
I think it's 2,000.
It's right at the triangle.
It's 2,000 feet high and out.
1,500. I have no idea.
So that's the diameter, I guess.
Oh, it's not really. I don't really.
So I'm going to start out with the.
Okay.
If this thing is real, we're going to go back to season 2 or 3, where Travis had figured out that this is an ancient impact site, like millions and millions of years ago. Ancient, like so like it's eroded and you can barely see it, but it's an impact site. Now, it is not unheard of at major impact sites. As a matter of fact, there's one. They think it might be responsible for the gravitational anomaly in the Indian Ocean. There's a gravitational anomaly in Antarctica that might be, and it's basically a big ass meteor hit the earth and it hits the mantle and it fucks up the crust to where it does mess with the gravity.
Yeah, and the water is actually like lower in that one spot in the Indian Ocean. It's a weird spot.
It's a weird spot. And that, I mean, like, I guess that could kind of make sense. So we could say, like, if we want to go like really traditional, like maybe that's what's causing this. Maybe there's just see it like a wound in the earth, a wound in the earth. And since there is supposedly, we don't know for sure, you know, an iron and nickel core, and it spins around, and that creates our gravity, and it helps, you know, reflect. It helps for now anyway, until the pole shifts. Suspicious observers were talking to you, but there's areas where it's just not normal, you know, and things are slightly lighter, and and that has to do with the mantle and the crust and all that. So that could be it, or it could be a spaceship. You know, either one. I'm kind of like, I'm rooting for spaceship. That's what I'm.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the better scenario, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the ceramic is weird. The self-healing ceramic. We don't know
That's
much
really
about
weird.
it yet.
And ash.
But,
you're finding ash deep inside the mesa as well.
Right.
But let's go a little further with, okay, say it's a gravitational anomaly created by a meteor from millions of years ago. But that gravitational anomaly might affect reality in some way to where it naturally makes either portals, or if you want to believe the multiverse, maybe it blends a little bit. Maybe that's a weak point in the multiverse where it kind of blends in, and then dire wolves from somewhere else can come in and take a little trip and go back. You know, we've seen
the 1.6 gigahertz signal that keeps spiking.
Think Fringe, you know, think Counterpart. They've covered this in science fiction before. So maybe that's like a pretty normal cause for it. We don't know, but there's definitely like something weird going on, and there has been for years and years and years. And maybe it's a waypoint, you know, and that's why there's so many UFO sightings in the Utabesa Valley because of, or it's a basin, because maybe that area is a little weak and it's easier to travel through.
Right.
You know, I don't know. I'm just trying to spitball here.
Yeah.
But
so they did more GPS stuff where the helicopter was flying, and then right over the triangle, it kept dipping. I actually posted that image too, where it showed the path of the helicopter. You see that one?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then that's right. You can see the triangle there. So it's right when it enters the triangle is when it first, because it went from all the way right all the way to the left, and then it's traveling back to the right here, and you could see right over the triangle is where those red dots, those are the GPS anomalies, when the GPS would go down low or disappear completely, one of the two. It did that a lot, and whenever that happened, that's when the red dot also shows. And I feel like they've done this before. I feel like this is another one of those things they do for just like to show more stuff. And then they brought in more drones. And actually, if you could bring up the third picture.
Oh, the drones this time was really cool.
It was interesting. I mean, what I found cool about it is the software system was saying the drones were this is actually an image of the software program running, right? You could see all those dots in circles. That this is what the GPS of the drones was telling them. This is where the drones were. And Travis was basically on the ground right there, looking up and going, the drones are not here. They're over there.
Oh,
And they're literally they're looking up, and the drones were not here. And the way drones work, I have a drone, and it has a GPS check with satellites, and then you could go 7 miles away and just hit the go home button, and it'll fly up in the air and land right where I took off. So like it's accurate. And I can only imagine these guys, I don't have an expensive drone. You know what I mean? They bring in professional drone guys. These are real drone shit with like serious GPS systems. It shouldn't read this. So like this was kind of weird. I was like, all right, that's odd.
There's 100% like something weird going because it messes with all the instrumentation. Like they were showing the guy that was doing the radar scans underground. He was picking up where the equipment was on the surface, and it was showing that it was actually like 30 feet in the air or something. Like it throws everything off in this weird area. Like all technology seems to get finicky when it's in this area.
And it seems to be a lot of location-based stuff and not consistent, because if at least it was consistent, then we could be like, okay, well, it is this more likely. And then, but it's always in different places that it ends up occurring, but always within this bubble. Of the dome.
Right. Like even the helicopter, you could see that it wasn't like the GPS went out when it was over the triangle. It was spotty. It was like almost like getting attacked or waves of distortion of some sort to disrupt the GPS signal. So that's weird. It's not like one constant disruption.
Yeah, and the smoke test that they did with the 3 bonfires.
Yeah, I have images of that. Bring the all right. Yeah, so this you could see that. Well, there was the other. Bring up the other picture actually.
The walls.
This one.
This you could. This was an image that you see. They had 2 fires. All right, they had a fire here and a fire here, and you could see like it was hot. These were huge fires. It wasn't like a small campfire. They put like basically 2 massive dumpsters, and like, well, they were like half dumpsters, not like a full dumpster. And they were just freaking flaming in the air. And this is a picture of one. I think it's basically like dead center, and then another one was I don't, maybe it was the other picture. I thought I got one because you could see there was 2, and there was just this cold column. That black in the very center is just cold. Yeah. That doesn't happen. Like look on the left side, super hot. The fire's on the right. Somehow the air on the left is getting heated from the fire, but there was this cold channel, and I'm like, that was weird.
Yep. And that's generally in an area where they had those massive coal spots from season 1. A little above it, but it's still generally in the area. And
this was weird.
Very weird.
So there was another image. I don't know if you had taken a screenshot. They had LiDAR the smoke, and there was.
I did. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
So this is a LiDAR image. The fires below. I think this is from above, but you can see smoke generally. Is more puffy. Has more rounded edges. But if you look in the image on the left side and the top, it looks like there's some sort of barrier pushing it. Smoke doesn't normally do that, right?
That's weird.
So when I saw this, I was fascinated by the fire project that they were doing, and I remember seeing the wind coming from, if this was north, south, east, west.
It's just like
the wind.
Source?
The wind was coming from northwest and going like across the screen. Yeah, just like
Going
that.
down this way.
And there were 2 dumpsters. So I'm like, it wasn't blowing fast. It was blowing subtly, but you could see the flames were being pushed in that direction. I can actually see how this is possible, and that it's that pareidolia trying to like reason that that's a straight line when, I mean,
it could be like that's the source and it's radiating.
I think that's one of the dumpsters right there on the corner. I don't know. I could see that, and they tried to say that also there was like a barrier on the road, and I'm like, well, it was kind of like a light wind. It could have just been going up and dissipating after. And so like this image at first was cool, but then I thought about it and I was like, I could still see though that that's just kind of like a.
So the only way I would say
timing. Go ahead.
Is to have multiple images at different times, and if it replicates it across the time, we only saw one.
Yeah. Right,
yeah,
exactly.
Enough cameras out there. Like, give me all angles of this place. I want to see it all at the same time.
Right. If it was flat, like if this was truly like a barrier, they definitely needed to give us more than just like, well, look at this. It's a barrier. It's a square. And like moving on. And it's like, wow, come on.
Yeah.
That's kind of awesome. If you have heat coming up and something is like literally holding it in like a perfect square channel, like that's actually pretty freaking amazing. So if they don't go back to this ever again, I think it was just a fluke. Because like that's way cooler than they made it out to be. If it's real.
That's a problem with the shows. Like there's nuggets in there that are really interesting, like the consistency of the weird anomalies happening and it like blowing out radar and whatever. But then there's the ones where it's like they put the camera through the 2 boreholes that they dug. And then the camera got stuck on like a rock or something. And they were like, "This is the location that it."
There's like, green stuff there.
The camera just got stuck. Like we saw you get the camera stuck, and then you spent like 3 minutes going, "It could be some anomalous." No, you got the camera stuck. Like just there's a rock there.
Yeah,
it's like did they like over dramatize like 80% of the things? It's like
they were also saying that like the smoke was a structure, and there was a structure, air quotes, within it. Right. And you can see a little something. But yeah, I think you made a good point. If they go back to it, then we'll know.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll know. Got some more cone zone stuff too. That line that was going up that kept on showing up with that super high speed photography.
And the rocket, do you think the rocket stayed in the air and hovered like because it seemed they made it
looked
seem
like that way.
But I mean, movie magic. Who knows how long it was actually in the air? But they made it seem like it was hovering in one spot for like 30 seconds, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. But I mean, it could have just been like another angle, and then another angle, and then another angle, and then
that's
him going,
thing.
"Whoa!"
Like, when I've seen that you manipulate something, editorialize it, make it a little movie magic. It makes me question all of it.
I know.
It's still fun to watch, though. I still like shooting
rockets into space. It's entertaining. I want to shoot a rocket.
they had the drones, and they had like cool green lights on them, and they were in like this circular pattern. They were going up like a tube, and then they were like, "We're gonna shoot these drones."
They had pyrotechnics off the drones
shooting off.
It was cool.
And then we're gonna shoot a rocket right in the middle. I'm like,
America.
I don't know what
kid's dream
is, but I'm down.
Now, something that I thought was kind of interesting was when they said the whole, we all heard it, the 1.6 gigahertz tone that gets picked up. Yeah. So now they're doing a 1.2 gigahertz tone. They decided to randomly just play this. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like the Mesa is trolling them or trying to communicate to them at 1.2 gigahertz tone. I wish, and they might do this later, that they tested other signal strengths to see if it actually does it. Will they? Don't know. I hope so, because
they should just have it being run all the time as like a fluctuator going to every single, just a dial going back and forth to just scan the Mesa to see if anything comes back.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It was like 1.6. They made sure that all their equipment wasn't running the 1.2. And it was all on a different frequency, and then they detected the 1.2 and a 1.6 at the same.
Experiments, yes.
Yes.
Forgot
in
what
the second episode.
Yeah, I got to rewatch them again. I wasn't watching them with like paying the most
full
attention.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say,
honestly,
I'm trying to catch up. So.
I think it was fine. I watched him.
That's how you should.
And like, the wolf was cool. Did you guys?
Yeah,
see
the wolf. Yeah.
The
So they got
jaw?
bring it
there's
up.
a wolf. Yeah, that's they basically they 89% don't know what it is. So so it's a gray wolf.
Yeah.
It's 11% of it is connected to a grayer wolf, and the other 89% they have no fucking idea.
Well,
Yeah,
and
so this is the
that
DNA
11% is there isn't a wolf like this in the area at all, which in
No
itself
wolves.
is weird.
Yeah.
And some of the wolves it's connected to are in Greenland, and then
weird.
Like in places, and it doesn't cross it. Like they're not here.
So is this
They're
like
not here.
I didn't get to this episode. So is this like a carcass that they found, or is it
from last season?
From last
season.
season.
In the river.
In the river.
Yeah.
The dire
like
wolf.
the dire wolf jaw
thing. And
yeah, exactly.
By the way, George R. Martin
weird.
posted yesterday, not an update for Winds of Winter.
Of course not.
The dire wolves, Remus and Romulus are getting bigger. They're getting bigger, and they're starting to look more like dire wolves.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's good.
I want to see pictures of this.
What's the there's a little girl one too, Khaleesi? Is that what they called it? Khaleesi?
Wouldn't be surprising. It is.
I agree. George R. Martin paid for probably a lot of this, so it's like.
So he's just like naming it after his own stuff.
I would have named it late, but.
That was good.
Oh, we got some breaking news real quick.
Breaking news.
It's bad.
Uh-oh.
Somebody lit a fire in Idaho to lure firefighters and cops and shot at them, ambushed them. 2 are dead.
What the what?
9 firefighters shot, 2 cops shot, and 2 people are dead. I don't know if it's a firefighter, if it's a cop, but that just hit in the last hour.
In Idaho?
In Idaho, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
That's so.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing in Idaho. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
There's some crazy motherfucker who lit a fire to shoot at firefighters. The guy should be like,
that's horrible.
Fucking firing squad for that piece of shit.
Damn.
Native Patriot just had the Hetero is Awesome event at the Old Saloon or something in Idaho, and they had a bunch of protesters there that were protesting them.
Really?
But it was stupid. It was these protesters were idiots because they were protesting the event, but they thought the event was something else. They were like pro-Palestinian protesters or whatever, but like they showed up and they were, it's just, but they were there and there was a lot of people, and it's like, okay, well, if they exist in this area, I'm making a reach, I'm just saying, like, there's
Idaho
crazy
is
people
not far from, the West Coast.
Yeah. Wow, this is really sad.
That's tragic. That sucks.
That's fucking terrible. Terrible. I say.
And fire was raging. Like, was it a wildfire? They lit a fire.
I don't know if the fire's still going. I don't know if they've caught this person or not. But
what the fuck?
Yeah. God damn it, man.
Yeah.
Who like? It could be a crazy person. It could be Antifa. I totally believe it was. I think Antifa was behind all the burning of our food. Remember a couple years ago,
chicken places,
processing places were just magically catching on fire all of a sudden. Trains were derailing a bunch at a time. All of a sudden, like that shit doesn't happen.
Spills. Yeah.
Coinciding with when the government came and culled a bunch of chickens and their chicken eggs, made everything expensive. That was the last administration, by the way.
Okay. Antifa via the CIA. I'll just come out and say it.
Yeah. I mean, they're synonymous. You could say that.
Yes.
Say one and the other.
So maybe that's a good deep dive because people have forgotten about that because it stopped happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we saw a bunch of Teslas get burned up in public, and now people are like getting real sentences and fucking good. Sendable. Yeah. You got you had a bunch of soy in your life. You didn't have a father or whatever, or you just, I don't know, you couldn't handle COVID, whatever the fuck happened to you. You went out and torched a bunch and put a bunch of lives in danger. And you're not going to get a slap on the wrist anymore. You don't have an administration that wants to, we had 4 years of an administration that wanted to foster this kind of dissent, which was preceded, Trump's first presidency was preceded by the Obama administration that wanted to foster this kind of. BLM's been around for a long time. The organization Black Lives Matter, but it got taken over. Remember, the people who originally had Black Lives Matter were very peaceful, like trying to like advocates. And what took over was the communist fucking terrorist wing. Who knows?
That's every single one of them. Yeah, it'll be one thing. And they all come in. All of a sudden, the U-Hauls come in, the backs open up, the bricks fall out, and wow, here we have bricks.
Saw it for the we watched it happen during the riots a few weeks ago. Not even a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago. We watched it happen. A dude got busted passing out masks, and what was he? A raging fucking Marxist who worked for a fucking union.
Yeah,
he was a Teamster. And he was also connected to some other radical. And you look at him, and if like you look up radical dipshit in the fucking dictionary, it would be that dude's face.
Yeah.
You know what kind of gives me hope though is that the energy for all these things that have been pushed, you know, like the Summer of Love type stuff, all these protests, the freaking Pride Month, all of that energy is getting less and less and less. Like it's like the trick isn't working on everybody.
No,
like
like I thought
that's like a positive.
That was going to ignite the Summer of Love too, but what clamped it down is that they did something about it. They sent in the National Guard, and more importantly, they started to investigate who was paying for it. And then all of a sudden, it just quieted up real quick. They're going, we're going to look into who's paying for this shit. Oh, all of a sudden, there's crickets. Wow,
wonder why?
Isn't that weird?
And
then World War III started, and then it ended. Yeah.
There's a reason AJ, whenever he talks about like Mockingbird or the CIA being involved in anything, he's like visibly nervous. You know what I mean? And like tones it down and like talks about like I gotta be delicate here. It's like, jeez. Yeah. There's a reason for that. Yeah.
Keep going. I'm trying to focusing problem. Hang on.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird.
Man, there's a lot of crazy people in the world. We need mental health is such a serious issue in the
right, Gary.
world.
What you do with your arms there?
Down. Put the hands down.
But my light is
right over there.
No, it's been happening. This whole fucking year has been chaos. All right, it started out as chaos, if you recall, and it hopefully, you know, the last 6 months is nice and quiet. That's what I want, you know, and we actually get the wars taken care of. But Iran's not going to stick to the fucking ceasefire. Israel's not going to stick to a ceasefire. Let's be fucking real. Let's just be fucking real.
What I think what we did do is we tried. And I think that's admirable. Yeah. Trump went like, hey, fucking settle down.
And then we stay out of it.
And then we go,
stay out of it from here out, fine. If we're like, go fucking work it out amongst yourselves. I don't care. Go fight over your sandbox. I don't give a shit. But we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. But it's been such a crazy year. If you go back and start like bullet pointing all the fucking stuff that's happened, it's like 10 years worth of stuff happened in the 6 months.
Life happens fast.
You ever see the meme where it's like a millennial seeing another once in a lifetime thing event happen? He's like,
I know. It's like
what the fuck?
We had like Gen X. We had the Cold War, right? But I mean, which was bad enough. Like it wasn't great to live through that. Yeah. But what did we have? Grenada. Like nothing major happened. Like really, if you think about it, like during the 80s, it was Cold War ends, Grenada. Okay.
Yeah, then it was like 9/11, war for fucking 15 years, it felt like.
Yeah.
And then just a series of ramping up events
one after the fucking
America get worse and worse and worse. And it's crazy.
That's why they pushed Bush on Reagan, who never liked Bush. Who never liked him. So
I'm gonna silver lining again. I think the reason that this year has been so chaotic is because the plans that they laid for so many decades fell apart over. I think that the 2020, the coup, all that's the Summer of Love. It was all an overreach, and more people woke up instead of getting afraid. And it's been ever since then, their powers got worse and worse, and they don't know what to do. That's why they're like throwing these names out here, and they're like, I don't know who should be the next person.
So the deep state panicked. For the first time, they truly panicked and showed their cards to everybody and got so arrogant, and like they panicked so hard that they started bringing on people that they probably shouldn't have trusted to be part of this fortification. And some of them broke away. Some of them broke away, and like Zuckerberg was definitely part of the fortification. Then he broke away because, you know, it was way more important to him being cool. So if you,
he was like, let me get it with
this. I'm going somewhere with this. Okay. The only thing a billionaire gives a fuck about is fucking with other billionaires and being accepted and cool, because they've got everything. Watch season 1 of Silicon Valley. It is tech billionaire 101. And it's all about fighting over this one guy who's got this groundbreaking program. But the heart of the battle between these two billionaires is they used to be friends, and they're not anymore, and they want to fuck with each other as much as they can. And that's what it is. Zuckerberg saw Elon being the cool one, and it bugged the shit out of him. He's like, I want to be the cool one.
He's like, give me a stylist now. I need it yesterday.
So, and
put me on a boogie board.
Yeah, right, with a beer and a fucking. I'm American.
I need a tall boy and a boogie board right now.
Get me some barbecue sauce.
And it is in the mission. He bought, like, you're not supposed to do this in San Francisco. He bought 4 houses next to each other and then put a giant fucking wall around them. And then inside that giant wall is fucking security everywhere. And this is the time he was like against immigration in the wall.
Right. Except for my wall, of course.
Yeah.
He's probably funding the next movie. What was the movie that was based off Facebook?
Oh yeah, it's Social Network 2.
Yeah, Social Network 2.
I think
it's probably him going.
I think it's the opposite. Revenge. I think it's Aaron Sorkin going after the oligarchy.
Okay,
Aaron Sorkin's
the other guy.
He's got TDS
that got screwed over. Oh, okay.
For the first Social Network, great movie, dude. It's great. It really
never
teaches
seen it.
About. Oh, it's
come on, Dave.
It's a really good exploration of corporatism and business and how you handle it. Whether you like it or not, it's very pragmatic in parts of like, this is how it's done. And you can actually learn a lot from it. But I think you learn more from Silicon Valley because it's funnier. But with its satire, there's so much truth in its satire. And that's why Silicon Valley, it's one of the greatest things Mike Judge has ever done. Is those
and he's done a lot of good shit.
Those first 3 seasons of Silicon Valley are like
great.
Silicon Valley 101. Like, if you want to know how it's run. And yes, it's absurd, but as absurd as he made it, it was actually more absurd in real life, which, like,
I believe
he never covered the Google Mafia, right? Which was, you put the air quotes because it was more than Google, but it was a bunch of programmers who just, you know, during that magic time of after the .com era, kind of before the era we were in about 15 years ago, when they were just getting paid fucking crazy money, and all these little fucking programming nerds all of a sudden were almost millionaires. And man, they fucking went down that silk highway, and they were buying guns and getting hookers and dealing coke, and it was like all out of fucking offices of Google and shit.
That's a movie.
This is like Google pimps and stuff. It was crazy. That's a movie. We need that movie, but it was really happening, and it was crazy. Yeah, really crazy. And I blame the fucking CIA for everything, but I do. But that's kind of where that's at. So the deep state panics. They hooked up with a bunch of tech bros.
Yep, the wrong people.
Some of them backed out. Some of them actually, because they're disruptors. That's their whole thing. Yeah. The whole point of season 1 of Silicon Valley is to go to it's like the Disrupt Festival. That's what it's fucking called. And it's about, that's what no, it's in San Francisco. It's in the concourse. That's where they used to do the Alternative Press Expo. I've been in that building a million times. And and I think it's still going, right? Still going, guys. It might be. But yeah, it's young.
What is AI, right?
Yeah.
It's disrupting literally. It's the ultimate. It's disrupting every single industry across the board. For what reason? Can you tell me what is a good reason that we're developing these things that can replicate voice, can replicate faces, that can create complete fakes? What is the purpose of that? What's the goal? What is the goal of that?
To disrupt
everything.
What do we do? What does Adam do when he talks about politics? What does Garrett do when he plays video games really bad? No, I'm better than you, Garrett. No,
not today, bro. What do you
guys do out there when you're, when you got your live streams with your friends, every size of the channel, you're disrupting. And entertainment media, you're disrupting legacy media every day. And that's part of it. So, and like, yeah, somebody in the chat, UFO, ultimate disruption. It's a disruption of government. It's the disruption of government. And it's been going on longer than any tech bullshit. But that's where the deep state panicked, Adam. Ultimately, they panicked. They show their cards. They fucking overreached. And like COVID was a massive fuck up. Like,
yeah, definitely.
So many levels, but on a strategy level to allow it to happen. Because what they did was, here's what I think happened with COVID. We engineered the virus. We invented it. We created it. It accidentally got out. And then then the world, the people in charge, did what Ari Emanuel always said: never let a good crisis go to waste.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they decided to use that crisis to get a lot of money. Largest transfer of wealth in our history happened during that time. And now we're just like, zippity doo dah. Now there shouldn't be any inflation.
Move on. Why don't you move on?
Yeah.
Get over it.
No.
Yeah.
It's a pinpoint. It's like before Yavin and after Yavin. That's where we start the timeline for Star Wars. The Battle of Yavin. That's what the Battle of 2020 in the Koof. That's like a different time.
Yeah,
it's different now, man.
I said it when when 9/11 happened. It was a paradigm shift, and the country I grew up in, changed fundamentally and was not the same ever after that. So there's pinpoints. There's like
same thing now.
Fixed points in time. COVID was another one. And I mentioned it in my live streams, like, guys, when you come back, this is not going to be the America that you knew 6 months ago. It's going to be a completely different America. You're going to look at things. And there's like some good that's come out of it. Like the good thing is, I think people, not everywhere, but a lot of young people and a lot of people have started going, we should start having kids and having a family again. So like it got to people to think about, we should start growing our own food, Sure. It needs to be more, but there's enough of this like traditionalism. Like, Melissa was talking, I think Lady Greymaster was going off it too. There's these TikTok trends of I can make coffee in my own house. Do you know you can do your own
coffee bars?
Yeah.
It's like
they're discovering you can. Oh wait, we're going to start. Our kids are going to start having landlines instead of cell phones. Wow, crazy idea.
Do they even do that anymore? I make my own toilet paper now out of leaves. I go in the forest and just roll leaves up, put in. That's my toilet paper.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go that extreme.
I've done that before. Toilet paper.
Just watch out for poison ivy.
Seashells.
Oh, dang.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I got my mom a landline. My mom she doesn't know how to run a cell phone. I'm like, just give it up, Mom. Let's get you a landline. So we got her a landline.
Just call it in.
Yeah. But no, it's people, people are starting to think about, it's a little bit of an uptick in after horrible relapses, uptick in people going to AA meetings, uptick in people going to church.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I like that. So I think that is good.
People distrusting the things that we trusted before, like school systems. I never trusted them, but a lot of people did. And then they found out, school what the fuck are they teaching our kids?
Yep.
And then they were like, okay, we're not doing that. So that's what I said. It woke a lot of people up. I think it did more. There's a lot of horrible things that happened during the COOF and all that stuff, but I think it is net benefit of us going, okay, we shouldn't just be relying on these systems that we think are protecting us. They're not. They're keeping us in a cage. That's what they're doing.
Some of us who've been paranoid all along have been doing the Jack Nicholson.
We hate the crazy ones anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's get to soups. Soups. Congrats, X-Ray Girl, on her MCU.
It's in the head.
It's in my head. Say MCU.
I know, right? MC duties at the Cosmic Summit. She's come a long way since her 9-word limit on streams. Those were the good old days. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, sorry.
Mikey Gussler. Are you going to Serpent Mound this week? Remember, I'm off work this week, so hit me up. I'm not going this week. Now, I'm probably not going to go up there until for a couple months, but I'll hit you up, Mikey. I drove kind of right by it. I mean, like I was within, an hour.
What state is it in again?
Ohio.
Oh, shit.
I probably did the same thing.
Ohio is there's so many like burial mounds. Like it was, that was where the center of the civilization was in Ohio, but that's where the most of them are right now. Cool. And it's crazy. And Ohio was beautiful. Like, dude, up here in Wisconsin, like it's the most beautiful it'll ever be. Like 7 months, it's all fucking snowed in and frozen, and I'll never live here. It's pretty beautiful right now, though. Pretty beautiful.
Summertime's great in the north.
Oh my God, yeah, it's like paradise.
I'm enjoying it.
Oh hell yeah! There's like little. You can see it looks like
rub it in, y'all. Okay, just rub it in. I
I'll
get
be
it.
back in Texas.
Hot down here. All right, but
we're pollen. You see the pollen float through the little white pollen. Like Legend, like the movie Legend. It's like it's
in the
great.
snow.
Dude, the cornfield is growing right next. I'm looking out, and there's a cornfield. Little bunny rabbits running around. It's great.
The deer. And
then in a couple months, it'll be all fucking white and dark. I'll be back in Texas in a week, guys. Hail travelers. Sorry I missed you at Cosmic Summit in a few weeks and Peru last year, but I will be joining you this November in Egypt. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Bill Jones for $5 says, Hail Gary and X-Ray. I mean, screw Quarter Black and Adam. Hope you all enjoyed my home state of North Kakalaka and hope somebody said you pulled pork and Bojangles while you were here. We didn't go buy Bojangles. I saw it. We didn't go buy. Did have a pulled pork sandwich though. Freaking great.
Nice.
Psychotus Mongoose has gifted 1 Nerdrotic Live membership. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Andrew Matthews for 2 British pounds proper money. Is the gang still coming to the UK? Yes. Well, I mean, partially thanks to Hollywood and their release schedules of we're going to dump everything in 1 month and then dump everything at the end of the year. So that actually frees me up.
Lovely. That's wonderful.
Dude, before Ironheart,
frontier stuff.
I told Garrett, I'm like, there's nothing to make a video on, so I'm just not going to make a video.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make some shit up or it's not going to force anything.
Like
something happens.
Which I think is a good place to.
Well,
to
that's
be,
what I always do.
Otherwise.
I only make a video when there's something I give a shit about. Like I'm not going to and no shade to anybody else. I'm not going to do something just to do it. So
yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
UK. We're gonna go to freaking Stonehenge again, but correctly this time. I think hopefully we can get some Hugh Newman guidance.
Oh man, he lives close by it.
He lives right there,
like right down the street.
Yeah,
right. So
maybe we can see a crop circle. That'd be
cool. That'd be cool.
My hope, which is not a strategy, Andrew, is I want to do a meetup in Oxford, just because Tolkien.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, it's not hot there.
It was hot as.
Dude,
oh my god,
so rough. It was
hey
freaking
Garrett,
horrible.
remember when we ran to the bus?
That sucks, man.
I'm sorry, that was my idea, and you were like, "Yeah, all right." I'm like, "Let's go."
And then
I'm like, "Come on, Garrett."
No, you made it there before we did, though. Okay,
you did.
Oh, that's so rough.
For $5. Did you hear about the 50,000-year-old sunken society off of Kimberley, Australia? No. They're now the oldest known seafarers. We're gonna have to look into that for next week.
Kimberley,
I did not hear that one.
Thank you.
That's cool.
Very busy watching Babylon 5. Dude, the best episode. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna bore you with this because I just saw it like a couple hours ago. The Gropos episode, guys. So it's in season 2, and it's basically a Memorial Day and Father's Day special. It's so fucking good. So Stephen the doctor and his dad is a military captain whose ship is coming in with 25,000 troops, and they're all grunts, they're all privates, and they're all causing trouble and getting in fights, and they finally get to know like Sheridan's crew, and it kind of gives you the idea of like what our soldiers give up and who they are as people. Plus this father and son story where he's kind of battling it out with his doctor's son who has a different kind of ideology than he does. And they kind of come together at the end. They're all, despite our differences, I still love you, Dad. Shit like that. Like stuff that we don't get in a TV show anymore. And then the kicker is like, you get to know the crew and Garibaldi falls for one of the private the women soldiers, and they get in they finally all like kind of connect with the crew of the Babylon 5, and they become friends, and they go off, and everybody you're introduced to in that episode fucking dead right at the end. It's brutal, but it shows you like, the life of just, of your basic grunt military. Like, it's such a fucking good episode. I'm not doing it justice right now, but I just watched, I'm like, God, I remember it being that fucking good. So a good father-son episode, a good episode of sacrificing, like what military sacrifices, and that they're people too. And yeah, it was really fucking good. Loved it. Loved that episode, man. R.I.P. Dodger. That's right. Okay. Maybe the pyramids were built as power plants for for people that live under the ground. Just a thought. Says Buster Nut Smash. Maybe
lizard people. Lizard. I can't do it.
The lizard people.
The lizard
That's
people.
Better. That's better.
Wi-File's put out a video. I watched it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Hail AJ. It's good.
Now looks cool
good.
though.
Hecklefish is back, baby. Hecklefish is back. Where was I? Buster Nut Smash. Thank you. WG has gifted 5 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Hail WG.
Hail WG. The beers were very good, by the way.
Hail, brother. Flatline for 10 British pounds, proper money. You use the satellite to take pictures, in quotes. Variations in the pictures is the movement of the surface based on vibrations from within the earth. It's a giant laser mic using Doppler to measure density.
Okay.
Wow, that was so well said.
It is. Yeah. That's thank you.
Well done.
Somebody British and intelligent came in. There you go.
Yeah.
Cape Gabe for $20. Enjoyed watching Cosmic Summit online. Haven't gotten through it all yet. There's so much to get through. Liked Robert Schock's. Robert Schock's presentation was great.
Yeah, his was good too.
Yeah. Also, the Labyrinth stuff was insane. Heard Randall saying he was talking a bunch to Schock backstage. Should have shown that. Oh, I wish I don't know. It was probably backstage. They had media there too. I don't know. I didn't catch
the
all of
newsroom. That was a plus.
Yeah, the mic setup was so bad though in that media room. I feel like they had the guest mic off for a while. Like I didn't even hear the other person for a bit. Yeah, they were having audio issues. But because I watched it online. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they were just
overall,
it was just streaming on a phone, dude. I think that's like,
the one on YouTube was
the news press.
They were just because they had a real professional setup for the conference. I know.
I'm talking about like the after show. They had like a question guy. There was like one dude that was questioning guests and whatnot, and like every time I went in there, it was like the audio was so wonky. I'm like, I can't do this.
Man.
So.
Cool. Diddler, they're fixed. He is the Diddler. He is. Oh, he probably loved that they made masks of him.
And I got two. I got one for Adam.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So one for me and one for Adam.
We'll hang one up in the Forbidden Frontier studio that we're going to build.
Throw darts up.
Can't wait to see it.
Mighty Balzac for $10 Australian dollars. To cringe should be a verb.
Whoa. To criggle.
To criggle.
Oh, sorry. Same thing.
Criggle.
Whoa.
I thought that was a dance move when he first sent that super
criggle should be a verb. I criggle you. Criggle. He's a Crigler. Let's go criggling. Have you criggled today?
I know I have.
Not since this morning.
Oh my God.
Wow. I didn't know you knew that move. An old family secret.
It could mean anything, okay?
Really could.
Oh,
he swirls at the end.
I tell you, it means something. Sorry.
My Tigger for $20 says seems to be a lot of distrust and hate of archaeologists at the moment. Just remember, a lot of them that you do not see are very open-minded. Yes, this is true. Constantly begging for money from the university, and many don't even make $50,000 a year. And it doesn't help them. People like the Dibbler. Correct. So we need and like this is here's the thing, is they should have channels. They should all be on YouTube for their classes. Just for their classes, they should be doing it. But you would think if they're good in a class in front of people, they're good at engaging students, then they'll be good on YouTube.
Good point.
And the problem is you got a lot of, and this, no shade on them. You could be a brilliant archaeologist, but you're not the best communicator.
Or presenter.
And you need to be all three of those things. And they need somebody out there in the forefront that everybody knows, like a Michio Kaku. Like somebody out there who's a reasonable guy and respected archaeologist, which is not a science, by the way. It's an interpretation. I mean, like somebody compared it to basically art history, being an art history major, you know, and it's like,
that's what it is.
Kind of, you know, but I know because George has them there. Like there's like legit guys who will talk to Graham. There's real scientists who will talk to Graham and Randall. We need to hear more from them. And we've talked to them and they're really nice and they're great people. And they say the same thing too. Like these fucking assholes at the universities that they're screwing up your funding. People like the Diddler and the skeptics are fucking up your funding. You would get more funding if you came off as more open-minded. And the thing is, you're right, Mr. Tigger, that you're absolutely right, that there's a lot of good ones out there and we need to hear from, and we need like their schools to work with them and they need to find a way to get the word out and maybe have a conversation, a rational conversation with people like Graham Hancock and stuff. And that might help lift them up, right? And get them more funding and get them more respect. Because right now the institutions have got a black eye that's self-inflicted.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And it hurts all the good ones.
I do find the archaeologists, when it's brought up in conversation, that there is a barrier from the legacy archaeologists that are like Diddler and whatever. It's really always referencing those specific ones. It's never like all archaeologists are just like the worst people ever. It's always like there's this sect of archaeology that is gatekeeping the open conversation, and that's whenever that's brought up, it's those ones that they're talking about. So I don't think it's all of archaeologists, which is a good thing.
And other scientists too. We had Chris Cottrell on. He's
right
science teacher.
Yeah, he's a science teacher.
Yeah, like he's a really level-headed guy who believes in the Younger Dryas, and he's not like, I don't know how woo-woo he gets, but like he's a very grounded guy, and he's willing to talk about all this. We need more of that. So you're definitely right. I could not agree more.
We need more of the Cosmic Summit, because it brings those different aspects together. And if you're an archaeologist out there that goes, oh, I might have a different idea on this, or here's some other things, come to the Cosmic Summit and talk to it. You could talk to people about it. Just like, come. That's what we want. We want more disparate opinions and cross-referencing, and we could find the truth eventually.
And Diddler's not winning anything. There are Cosmic Summit, great summit, not the only summit. There's multiple summits now. There used to be only a couple a year. Now we've got dozens a year. They're selling out. You're not fucking winning, bro. Graham Hancock just had an event. I was grateful to be there in Sedona. That thing was sold out, and it was Graham and some other people, mainly Graham, talking for hours, 9 hours. Packed place. By the way,
I have it up.
There's a video.
Yeah.
That was dropped today. Michael Collins, Jimmy from Bright Insight, and Graham. It's their hour talk on Gobekli Tepe. I could not recommend it enough. It's brilliant. And you get a little piece of what Garrett and I got to see.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. It was fucking cool.
It's literally on my second monitor. I'm looking at it right here. I'm just like, I started watching it before the show.
Now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Production values on it is great.
Fantastic.
Sedona's awesome place. I can't wait to go back there. What an awesome
super cool place, man. You like drive into this, like the canyons for like 45 minutes, and then you get to this little.
I understand what the crystal hippies see in that place, man.
Great.
Yeah, Sedona's gorgeous.
As I was talking to Hugh about, I was like, you know what's strange about these conferences, especially Ancient Civilizations, is it's brought together the based and the crystal hippies.
Yeah, that's
together.
Like, they're totally together. Yeah. It's like opposite ends of the spectrum found common ground, right? Which is pretty much don't trust the man. So
Yeah.
it's
we can all unite under that.
We can unite under that. And it's cool. Everybody gets along great. Does X-Ray Girl even do X-rays anymore?
Yes, I do.
She has X-ray
I
vision.
really
Such
still
a
love doing that
personal
job.
question.
Okay.
Yes, she does.
It's fun. I don't think I could ever stop.
She thinks it's fun.
No, it is. You get to meet.
Radiating
Love
people, and yeah.
Oh well, to heal them in a sense. If
Okay.
they're broken, you feel really good being like, okay, no, go get help. I can only help them so much. I'm part of the
That's cool.
process. So
No, it's great how she's got her gig, but it's freed her up to do other things too, and that's the future. I think we can move. I think we want to have a serious conversation of moving away from the 5-day work week, 9 to 5, and maybe going to 4/10s, which I
would love more.
I preferred. California kept changing their overtime law, but when it was in the good times, I could work 4/10s and have 3 days off, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Especially if you're commuting, your day's screwed anyway. So why not just work 10 hours and then you get that extra day off?
I used to work 12s and I would just do 2 weekends and that would be my week. You know?
Yeah. But
that's dope.
I do believe you need to go, like, working from home takes a discipline that would be difficult even if you own your own business. Look at a lot of YouTubers, but you know,
it's not just from you, but
yeah.
your family. You got to be like, look, I am at work here.
Yep.
This is separate. You go over there. I'm not here. Imagine I'm not here at all.
Yep.
So yeah, takes everybody, but it's great.
It's great, but it takes a discipline, and you're working without a net. But I mean, other than that, I think we can work on maybe being flexible, being more flexible. You still got to work your ass off, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm down with the 3-day weekend. I loved it, man. I'd always take like I would take Tuesday through Saturday. And when I was working the 5 days a week, I would take Tuesdays to Saturday. So I had Monday off and I'd always work Saturday because nobody wants to work Saturday, but Saturday's like the most mellow day to work if you're in parts. So you're practically not. So I was like, nice. I'll work fucking every Saturday. It's fine.
I did that with Sundays when we worked at the movie theater. I worked at the movie theater and I was like, Sundays and night shift. I'll work all night. You know, I'll work late.
It's great working night shift. Not as many people there.
It's great because nobody wants it.
Nobody wants it.
I'm like, I don't get you guys. I want the night shift. Give me the night shift.
I got that job at Technicolor. They're like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. You okay with that? I'm all, fuck yeah.
Perfecto.
12-hour shifts, and it was a 3-day week and a 4-day week. It would fluctuate.
Perfect.
So yeah. So sometimes I would get 4 days off. It was great. Nobody wanted that gig. I'll take it. Oh, sorry, Bubba Doom. Okay, Gary, my new goal. I challenge you to a game of dominoes. Do you play cribbage? If you do, one day we must play. I do not. I'm not very good at cribbage. My dad was great at cribbage. My dad. What's cribbage? Cribbage is it's a little board and you have these little pins and you.
I never played it.
I don't think so.
My dad was great at it. But I'll play in dominoes. I got to play Eric July in dominoes too. We talked about that. I'm a little out of practice, but I can pick it up quick.
Adam's good at dominoes.
I am. I've never played.
Oh.
I thought you said you did play that.
No.
Was there another game that you were saying that you were really good? Spades. That's what it was.
Spades.
The other black people game.
Okay.
The other black people game.
Yeah.
I am very good at spades. I am. If I have a good partner.
Spades and pinochle. Those were big and
pinochle. Okay.
Pinochle.
Yeah,
spades and pinochle.
And solitaire.
I had some great games.
Confinement.
Yeah.
Back when I was in my gang.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Your gang.
Question
serious.
for the Egypt trip: is there some group chat or Discord for the travelers to talk?
There is.
Like
I'll
flight
answer.
questions or hotel stay spots before the actual guided bit. Super stoked. Yes, there is. Vertigo. Thank you.
So there is an app, Trova Trip, that you download and then you log in with your information. And there's a group chat in there. But I do believe we'll get closer to. Michael will email you a link to a Discord group, which will all come, and we're probably going to do a call at some point just to kind of flesh out any questions. So
sweet.
That's how we did it last time.
Yeah.
Mark Young. Is this the Mark
I
Young?
know that
What's
guy.
up, Mark Young?
Yes. Hi.
He's getting in fist fights with people at the show. No.
Punching fake babies.
Verbal exchange. Holding his own, by the way. Hey, guys, it was great to meet you and X-Ray Girl and Quarter Black. Great to see you and Melissa again, Gary. Great to see you, Mark. We love you, brother. Safe travels home. We hope to see you again soon. We'll have you back on the show. Mark is great. Love it.
Yep.
19-hour flight or something like that. It was like,
Poor guy.
it's crazy. Crazy.
One of those good archaeologists that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yep. I just lost my place. Give me a second.
It's Mark Young. It was the
Eric
last
K. Pray for the firefighters in Ohio, says Eric. Yes.
Yep.
God dang, man.
That's such a fucked up thing to do, man. First responders coming and trying to
Now,
save
if we
people,
start get this like weather underground socialist fucking shit happening, like the 4 years of the most dangerous thing is domestic terrorism. Yeah, from your side,
from white
fuckers.
men.
Yeah. Be a bunch of white men and Antifa. Yeah.
It's like on your side, maybe.
Yep. Zahi is a gatekeeper ever since the DNA came back. Europe on the mummies. European on the mummies. Yeah.
They don't like that.
They don't like that.
awkward.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. We was Kangs, motherfucker. Oh. Toxic Man Flu has been a member for 12 months. 12 months. Woohoo. The Wahoo baby. Yeah, don't bring up babies. Fake babies.
Oh, bro, dude.
I just
Adam, we didn't even talk to you about that. There were fake babies there.
Wasn't that the same as last year? Didn't they do it?
No.
They're the same place, but there were not fake babies there last time.
I would have remembered.
This was a convention of fake babies.
It was someone else that's been through that before.
Garrett.
But I saw you guys. Why yours sounds like shit? Mine's way better.
Sounds the same to me. Maybe it's just the stream.
Yours a little quiet. We all got extra. You got one?
I don't have a soundboard right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's too bad.
It's a shame.
I love that's going around now.
I'm not gonna overdo it.
Everywhere.
It's a classic.
It's so good. Last minute edition.
Yeah, and it was great.
It was perfect. I'm glad that you guys didn't overdo it.
I'm on my walk and I'm with my son, and all of a sudden I thought of it and I just started fucking busted up. And he's like, "What? Are you okay, Dad?" And I'm like, "I just thought of the best idea."
Sprinkle it in.
He's all, "You think all your ideas are great, Dad?" I'm all, "True, but this one's good." Okay?
For real, this one though.
Yeah. It sets the tone for the video too, because it's like right at the start. You run
Nerdrotic.com.
That's all Garrett.
It's great. Yeah, that's good.
Timing.
It's all about time. Oh, dude, that intro. So once we saw that phone call, like that's exactly what I was cracking up about. I'm like, oh, I got an intro for this. Oh my God.
Well, they did the Good Morning America bit.
Yeah.
And you were like, hey, we should do that with Tropic Thunder. And then they came out with the phone call, and I was like, I gotta do both.
You gotta do both. And it was the Tropic Thunder, it was the 400 years doing the good times.
400 years that word kept us down. Because I just saw Tropic Thunder with EFAP. We did a comedy. We're doing the comedy thing on EFAP. I mean, you might not see it for 2 years, but we recorded it like 2 months ago. God. Some of the best time I've had streaming or recording on anything. And I don't know if you guys, I don't know when you'll see it, but we did pretty much every funny fucking movie alive. We picked we did a poll and we did like the top 7 or 8 funny movies and that we think are funny.
Ever.
And,
did you watch Airplane?
We watched Airplane. Mom's gonna get mad. I'm spilling it all. Airplane 2, All the Naked Guns.
Hell yeah.
Tropic Thunder, Team America. Yeah, all the good shit.
So my
Blazing
son and
Saddles.
I just
Blazing Saddles.
Airplane last night. He loves the Naked Gun movies. And I was like, hey, there's this movie Airplane. Have you seen that one yet? No. So we watched it last night. He loved it. It was so good. He loves
thank you, Neil Horn.
Top Secret. He's seen that. He loves that too.
Yeah, we did Top Secret too. Eddington is a stupid idea for a movie. The American public is fucking tired of COVID at this point. Yet Hollywood can't let it go. It's DOA. Rena Rouge, I can't. That movie is fucking circled on my calendar. Because because it is meant to be made as a swipe at MAGA.
Yeah.
Like and what they perceive as MAGA, and it wasn't all MAGA, by the way. There's a lot of people like Jimmy Dore who broke away from the Democratic Party because of COVID.
Thankfully.
Okay. Yeah, thankfully, there's a lot of. I like Jimmy Dore like a lot. I watched him and Kurt.
He's come around.
Well, Metzger's the fucking man. I love Metzger.
Yeah, for sure.
Metzger's awesome.
So you know, there's a lot of people who broke away. So I can't wait, Rena, to see like their take on it because I know it's going to be maximum cringe.
It's gonna be so
and it's got Pedro Pascal in it too. So and that comes out next month. So he's in 2 fucking movies, dude. Next month. Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Last part of Ironheart. Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Superman. Jurassic Park. Fantastic Four. South Park.
South Park's doing something too?
Oh, I had no idea.
South Park season 27 comes out the day after Superman. So that's the thing I'm looking the most forward to in July. Is South Park season 27. And then Eddington. And I know I'm missing a couple.
Yeah, it's like all packed into that 1 month. Like, what the fuck are they thinking?
I hope Superman's good also.
I do too.
Me too.
Yep.
I hope it is.
I worry, but
I hope I'm completely wrong about everything marketing wise, and it was just a fluke. And the movie's fantastic, and I walk out like, fuck yeah, let's go.
I differ from some people on like the people who don't like the kaiju or don't like crypto. It's like, you know what? That's the kind of shit I like. I like the comic book Silver Age, Bronze Age shit. That's speaking my language. The way he's acting, what James Gunn has said about like there's some stuff he said that's right and some stuff they said that's fucking wrong. And I wish he would just shut the fuck up. And let his movie speak for itself. You know, I hope it's great, but if it's not, I'll let you know.
I like the stuff that he's doing with like Superman, where he's saying like "gosh," you know, he's saying like little. He's like, "Oh gosh," you know, the heckin'.
I don't know how I feel about him going, dude, as somebody who says "dude" all the fucking time. I don't know about Superman saying "dude."
He's supposed to be the best of us.
Yes, I know, right?
They don't say "dude."
Toxic Man flew for.
Oh my god.
That's not the right button. Toxic. Fitty!
There it is.
Serious question for the panel. This is not going to be a serious question, Tox. Why are you even starting?
That's not me.
Is it stuck?
That's it. Do you have it on loop?
Oh my god.
That was me. That was me. Why did it do that?
Gary's trying to kill him.
Did the button get stuck?
Yeah. Oh, I can stick it. I know how to do it.
Oh my god.
It's on a loop.
Please stop. You can stop though.
At any point.
It's wonderful if you could stop.
Sorry, chat.
Serious question from Tox. In all your research, have you found an explanation for why comics is so short? Art Bell said, "Out there, everything is bigger. You see strange things, and that changes you. See you in the ether, my friends." Yes, comics division is short because his mom and dad were hobbits and they had sex and they gave birth to little comics division.
Yeah.
Yep.
Checks out.
Him and his second breakfasts.
Yeah. He's part home and a letty.
Comb the desert, says Nuclear Winter Gaming. Space.
Can't find shit. Spaceballs 2 coming soon.
Yeah.
Well, next year. 2 years? Yeah. 27. Jeff up north. He's going to Egypt.
That was Tuvok, right? Wasn't Tuvok the one who said, "Wait,
yes,
shit"?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Jeff up north, thank you for the 5 gifted Nerdrotic Live memberships. We'll see you in Egypt, brother. Go check out his channel, by the way. The deep state did shady things in the past, but they were fighting communism and radical Islam. In 2008, the communists took over. Vapor trails for $4.99. And what happened was the internal battle within the deep state, which half was already which was communist from day one, won. So a large part of the CIA and 3-letter agencies were infiltrated with Bob Brennan, the former CIA head, am I getting his name right? Was a card-carrying member of the Communist Party in college. Am I getting his name right? Is it Brennan? McCarthy
was
right.
John Brennan?
John Brennan, something Brennan. Commie Brennan. That's what we'll call him. Commie Brennan. Worked for Obama. Was out there like railing against Trump. Go look at so I'm pretty sure it's Glenn Beck who did a breakdown on like his communist background. But 2008, yeah, a lot of shit changed, including what happened in 2008. Oh, major financial crash, another thing that changed America quite a bit, because a bunch of people got away with crimes who should be in jail for the rest of their lives. Jose Taco. Hey guys, my house AC is broken. Texas, you're fucked.
Yeah, that sucks.
Bro, R.I.P.
Pray, please. Also, Gary, what do you think of the book project Hail Mary? I really enjoyed the audiobook. I did too. I like the book. I think it'll be a fun movie. I think it'll be a good, fun movie. I have a little problem with the end, and I think you know what I'm talking about, but I think overall it's a fun book. It's Mystery Box done right. It's Mystery Box done right. So it's the guy who wrote The Martian.
Oh, really? Okay.
So it's man thrown into a situation who has to fix shit with science. Yeah, it's about the end of the world, and a former school teacher wakes up in a ship after being in the ship for a long time. I'm not going to tell you how long. In stasis, and the book starts out as he's got to remember who the hell he is, because he has no memory of who he is. Dang. So he wakes up in a spaceship. He's all, how'd I get here? What the fuck's going on? And you go from there. And the audiobook is fantastic. It's really good.
Cool. Sounds awesome.
Yep. So Project Hail Mary, and I think it's going to be a really good movie. I think it will be. Remember a while back when people wanted to storm Area 51? Maybe we can do that, but for underneath the pyramids in the labyrinth. Yes, like Naruto. No, Naruto. Whatever the fuck. I sold that shit.
Oh,
my kid
anime.
Liked it.
Yeah, Naruto run. You know, like
Nosferatu or something.
Nosferatu.
You got there eventually.
I sold Shonen Jump. I didn't fucking read a fucking page of it. Okay. That's all the time. Never cracked it one open. Sold the hell out of them though. Where was I? Okay. Shu A will never stop putting babies in blenders.
No, I won't, because it makes x-rays that much easier. Okay. That's what I do.
What the fuck is
it
that?
Doesn't hurt them. It doesn't hurt them.
So weird though.
But it makes really
so
good
weird.
x-rays.
I feel like if that happened to you, you're gonna develop some kind of claustrophobia when you're older, and you're not gonna know why.
They don't remember.
Exactly. They don't know why. They just in the back of their head, they're like, I don't like small spaces.
Like if your kid has some respiratory issue and it could be pneumonia, and the only way to do an x-ray is this without holding them.
All right.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm just saying it looks fucked up.
Looks fucked up.
Yeah, it does.
Hulk Smash, thanks for the 99-cent super sticker. Appreciate you. Mustang 11 for $5. Hail, gentlemen and lady. Remember to maximize your vril. Agartha only waits strong. Sigh. X-ray girl can come to. Hi, Adam. No, she can't.
I don't really know what that is.
No, she's
going to the center of the earth.
Yeah. Make McCarthyism great again. He
was right.
Hollywood loves to dump on the guy who was absolutely right. And go watch Razor Fist videos about this. His stuff wasn't as Hollywood focused. So that a lot of that gets mixed up. His was government focused, a little bit Hollywood, but the McCarthy stuff was other stuff in Hollywood. That it turns out, breaking news, guys, there was a bunch of fucking communists in Hollywood. And they're like, they got blacklisted.
Good.
Just like that meme, you know. Yeah. But Razor Fist has Hollywood was always red. Great videos. Dawnbreaker for $10. You guys see the crazy shit going on in Idaho where it looks like someone set a forest fire and shot firefighters when they responded.
Yeah.
Heard about it,
yeah.
Sucks.
Fucking sucks. And do we have a shooter? Does anybody caught? how many people died. I don't know, but special place in hell for that person for sure.
Yeah.
I hope he just gets beaten to death.
You can hope. Yeah. Because that is the hope.
I hope he just gets beaten to death. All right. We got any more X-Ray Girl?
Yes. So we got here Buster Nut Smash for $10 says whoever waited until the end of FNT to hit that beeper before the stream closed is a genius.
That would be Garrett.
That was for y'all.
Good job, Garrett. Nebuleus for $5 says LOL, listening to Always Something There to Remind Me by Naked Eyes. They've got a chirp in the song.
Always something there to remind me.
Hulk Smash for $2 says Gary, did you read Nick Cook Hunt for 0 point?
No, I have not yet, but I'm not home, so I will read it when I get home. I'm in my other home. Be back
next week.
Next week, a week from tomorrow, I'll be home.
Brett Leafers sent our gifted 5 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Thank you. Dawn Breaker for 5 says 2 dead. And last time I saw an update, they were still shooting at authorities. Oh my god.
Okay, so they have.
So is it sniper?
That's scary.
Yep.
That's scary. Oh gosh. High Desert for $4.99 says the Dibbler would dribble in his pants if he met Gary in person. Matt G. Hammond, $3 rant says Gary complains about nothing new. Good news, episodes of Stargate are available to watch. You do not have to binge it. Very cool. Flint Dibble is donating to the stream. Dang.
Thanks, man.
With the $10. Oh gosh. My sex doll started leaking. I don't mean air. Why did you make me say that?
I'm so happy you got to read that one.
I don't mean air.
Looks just like Gary.
That's wild.
Maybe that's why Gary doesn't.
Never mind.
I have a better beard.
LT Llama on the Streamlabs side for $3 says, where is Ben's Uncharted X? Talk about the labyrinth you mentioned a week ago from the Summit conference. It's not on his channel or the Cosmic Summit's channel. I really want to listen. Will it be?
Should be on the VOD.
It's on VOD. Link in the description. You can go to the Cosmic Summit website.
I have it up.
I think there's a
right
pay.
here.
There's a feed to get that, but then you get access to everything.
Yeah.
So then you can watch every single talk.
It's worth it. At your leisure.
It is worth it.
Great talks.
Yep.
Great talks. Tell George.
Yeah.
Flint Dibble for another $10 says, what's the toughest part of being Flint Dibble? Apparently keeping it to myself. Why do I have to say these things? Oh, this is the last one. Thank gosh. Oh my gosh. For another $10, how did I get myself to quit smoking? By deciding to smoke only after sex.
You lose weight that way too.
Oh gosh. Whoever made me do that is evil.
I know who it is.
Gosh. And last one.
Flint Devil.
Zorbu for $10 says,
hey,
ain't gonna lie, Gary, but Cosmic Summit 25 suck. We snuck in disguised as babies and attempted to probe Quarter Earthling for 2 nights. Xander must have hit Quarter Earthling's brain when he was up in there because he would scream in Italian.
Oh,
you didn't tell that story.
Also,
I was in a different tower, Zorbu.
Lost our 2 spheres. Not fun. Do we want to talk about that story?
I'll tell that story. I don't care.
I want to hear whatever this is.
We can close out the show with me telling this story. So Saturday morning, I get woken up by like just some fucking going on in the next. Like somebody was just enjoying. There was a lot of sex going on.
A Cosmic Summit.
They were having their Cosmic Summit,
the Cosmos,
and we could hear it so well. We could tell that the woman was Italian. And I'm not putting the things together, but there was a couple of guys there, and they were with an Italian woman. and they were very enthusiastic and good for them. God bless them. But they were going all fucking morning and all fucking night. Like, and
you got to probe those depths under the pyramid, and the Sphinx under that pussy.
Dude, it was something else. I felt like I was like in a cheap hotel in Vegas, But they were going, man. I'm like,
I heard there's drama going down from people getting drunk, and then there was someone hooked up with someone, and there was some stuff.
I've not heard any of this drama. Holy crap.
I've seen some shit.
All right.
Just saying.
Well, I heard some shit. So there you go. Adults are gonna do what adults do, and good for them.
Yeah, this is facts.
I went to bed at 8 every night. Okay. So everybody knows I wasn't out there.
I was like on my phone, shit posting, listening to the summit, like stuff I missed. And all of a sudden it's a mi amore.
Coffee fan for $2 says Cosmic Summit, more like Cosmic Climax.
Yes, absolutely. All right, we're gonna end it there. Fun show, guys.
Fun show.
What do you got coming up, X-Ray Girl?
Let's see. Tomorrow, Nerdrotic Nooner, I'll be around. I'll be actually on location. That'll be fun for the show. And then streams will be back to normal next week once I'm home. So, but Egypt, there was another ticket sold during the show.
8 left. Right?
So I think 7 left.
7 left.
It was 8 at the start. Yeah, it's 7 now.
7.
Come with us.
Shit. Come with 7
I know
left.
it's a luxury to go do it, but it's like this is gonna be
Once
a
in
good
a
time
lifetime.
to do it. Once in a lifetime.
Look who
With
you're gonna
all
be
of us
with.
together. Come on.
Yep.
Come on.
Yep.
Excellent. Adam.
And Flinders Petrie's coming. I meant Michael Collins.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah.
Gonna be
Oh yeah.
yeah, I got my show, over on the Crigler show. Do Bass Half Monday, and then whatever hits my fancy. And then Fridays I jam. I'm doing a meetup. I'm going to Chicago in September, which is really exciting. Booked my tickets a couple days ago. And I have a venue. I'm going to play like a full show. I haven't played a show in a long time. I played CBGB's a bunch of times, Joe's Pub. I used to play out in New York all the time with music. So
Cool.
It'll be the first time I actually have like a show. There's like a nice stage, good audio in this spot, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I think it's going to be like September 13th in Chicago. So not in the city, it's going to be in the burbs somewhere. I don't know if anyone's interested in that, but yeah, I'm excited either way. So yeah.
Nice.
Excellent. Garrett.
Nothing this week because we're off on normal world because of the 4th of July. So nothing there, but Bass Staff on Adam's channel tomorrow, and then after that I'm streaming on my channel again. I'm gonna try to do that again and recuperate.
What are you gonna play?
I don't know yet. I might play. It's between Fallout 2 or Resident Evil 3. So that's when I'm between those two, and maybe we'll start a Silent Hill playthrough.
Oh my god, can you do Silent Hill with the scares? It'd be so fun to watch you scare.
Yeah. But freaking Resident Evil 2 scared the pants off me.
Oh,
with Mr. X. So I'm ready. I'm ready to have my pants scared on because they won't be on because I'm streaming. So go do that. My channel. Thank you.
Yeah, just don't stand up.
I can do it.
No. We're good. We trust you.
No, we don't.
Gary's finger was on the button getting ready.
There you go.
I didn't hear it.
All right, we'll be back next week. And I guess, let's just drop this announcement towards the end. Just be friends. We'll announce it more on Friday Night Tights and stuff. So we're going to continue dual streaming on Rumble. So that will continue. That will continue.
I know a lot of people will be happy about that.
Yeah. So we're gonna.
People will be happy.
Pretty much everything's going to be the same, except there probably is going to be a Rumble bonus hour for FNT, but it'll just continue to dual stream. So we will be dual streaming on Rumble. We'll have the Monday show, and Forbidden Frontier will be on both places. And it's been pretty good reaction on Forbidden Frontier on Rumble. And I'll give you all the details probably next Friday. So on Friday Night Tights.
Sweet.
So now you go.
Just some soups that came in. FX Star Lord, thank you for the $2. And Random Commentator for $4.99. Have y'all watched Eyes on Cinema YouTube channel yet? Tons of vintage UFO interviews. Joined late, so I'm in a delay, but and is an ampersand.
And is the ampersand. So what's the at symbol?
It's just the at symbol.
No, I thought there was a name for it.
Is there?
I could be wrong. I don't care.
Who cares?
At symbol. It's the at symbol.
And Andrew for $2 British pounds says any classic Gary ad reads. Not today, but
not today.
Thanks for reminding us, though, just in case.
Yeah.
Thank you, chat.
As long as it's something I use and like, yes. But I actually say no to a lot, like way more than I say yes to. Like orders of magnitude. So
for real, yeah.
And they're fine with that. That's the cool part is they're not pushy with it. Nice. Otherwise, I would deal with it. It's pretty that's simple. There you go.
Yeah.
So thanks everybody, and thanks to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. We appreciate you all. We love this fucking show. Thank you to George Howard and the Cosmic Summit and Stephanie and Mark Young for all your help. And we will see you next week. Ciao.
See ya.
Bye.
Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.